lentils.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was like, I can't.
Do I have
Where am
5 minutes to go grab myself like a can of Coke or something?
I'm just wondering what light I go with, like, for color. Nope.
Oh yeah,
no.
that's the one right there.
That's when I die. I'll just go.
Oh, in the game, yeah.
Bowser, I swear to God. Green's fine. So it's D6s, yeah? Great. I will just be get myself ready.
Love that for me. 10 dice and 1 6. This is going to go great.
So many ones.
Gone with what canister I think would be on a spaceship.
Yeah, I had to change into my jacket, my Star Wars, my space fighter
I
jacket.
went with my like pilot.
Yeah. You gotta.
All good. No stress. Can we be heard?
Hello.
I was like,
Oh,
good to know.
fuck.
I shouldn't say that super inappropriate thing I was gonna say. then.
Wild that you. Oops. Wild that I
Oh, wow.
admitted to smoking crystal meth live on stream.
I mean, we all assumed. We see them on stuff.
Let's see how the
Yeah.
audio levels all are.
My Steam just is not working on either computer.
That's
so
all right. We don't.
I think
need
that's
it.
a no for tabletop simulator.
That's all right. We'll use theater of the mind a little bit, mostly.
Oh, I hate theater. Oh,
Boo.
it's full of absolute fucking dorks.
Unlike this call, we're all non-dorks.
All right. Actually, I'm
The
going to
call is
mute
coming
you
from inside the house.
guys first. You guys can keep talking, but I am going to go to this screen for our beautiful viewers. All right, and then I'm going to mute you guys. Hello, all watching the stream. This is your DM, Nathan, or in this game, a GM. We'd just like to do a little bit of content warning. This is a horror podcast. There may be scenes of violence and trauma and blood and gore and things like that. I've kept it to a, tolerable level, but just a warning for anyone watching. I will probably try and reiterate this between acts again, but just a heads up with anybody that is watching, there might be something that might trigger a little bit. So just if you're susceptible to all those things, just go check this out on a YouTube or something like that in the future, rather than watching it live. Thanks all. We're going to go back to the action now. All right, I am back.
So
Are we live?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you guys were all on deafened while I was doing the content warning for everybody.
Probably
Right.
Yeah. I thought if
So now everyone
you guys could keep talking while I was doing that, and you didn't have to hear it all.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great,
he
great.
said that last time, and our audio was live.
No, because I've got the buttons in front of me this time, so I can see when things are on and off and all that this time round.
I can't wait for it to be like Ellen Graham, a renowned South Australian theatre performer. I hate theatre.
I work in the mining industry, and I hate the mining industry, so
Oh, and they actually have money, so they could come for you.
Yeah.
down
Hey,
to
they
the
have. So yeah,
It's like mine.
oil and gas came for me and cost me 80 grand. So win-win.
I work in the gaming industry, and I've never played a video game.
You also did things
It's not
related
true.
to anime at one stage, and you didn't know anything about anime. So that was a
Oh,
joke you were running
no.
with, but I had to tell you things about anime at one stage.
Not many people know this, but anime's not real.
All right,
That's true.
let's take it to this screen though. So now people can actually see our face. Oh my god, I forgot I've still got all the transition stuff on there. Man,
Oh, look
I actually
at you.
did stuff back in the day. There we are, all. Hello, all. Hello in chat.
Wow.
How is everybody
Hello.
doing? All right.
I'm good. Sorry, I'm the voice. I'm the
You're the
voice.
voice of chat now.
Voice
Yeah,
in
I'm
chat
the voice
today
of
will
chat.
be.
It's all right. I'll edit your thing to chat down there at
Right. Thank
chat.twitch
you.
TV. Do we want to just jump straight in? Because then you guys can introduce yourself and your characters at the same time if you would like to. Do we want to do that? Or do you want to just do a quick introductions of yourself right now?
Yeah, you guys do that. I'm gonna read my character again.
As you can see from our players here, this will be a fun podcast. We're not taking this too seriously, even though this is a horror podcast and a horror kind of storyline and all that. We're
This
just
is a
here to have a little bit of fun. Yeah, look,
Why am
it's
why am I wearing
ingrained in my
clothes?
head saying podcast.
It's a podcast. We have to actually
All
just
right, all right.
we actually have to do this again anytime someone wants to hear it.
Yes,
Oh
yeah.
god.
It's a live podcast.
Like
be
everyone's
on
just
call.
chained up and like they come down
Yeah.
twitch.tv, unlocks the door and is like somebody wants to listen again and like takes
That's
us all up
right.
there. And
Yeah.
Please.
A live podcast is like,
that's
you know, when
quieter
you're like
than the others. Oh.
door-
I can boost myself if needed.
All right. Well, that saves
Nice.
me
I
doing
was like,
it.
How's
a
that?
live podcast is when you like share your headphones, but it's like it's a whole bunch of like dudes behind you telling inane stories about their
Not
life.
My gosh.
I can actually turn you up.
I hate
just a
everything
little.
about that.
I think that's what hell is, actually.
I think
Yeah.
that is my personal hell. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Mads Mikkelsen in Death Stranding, like with all these like soldiers coiled to him, like with umbilical cords, but instead it's just like Joe Rogan.
Oh. Also, I just realized in Discord I could have just invited you into Tabletop Simulator. That's just tip top.
Oh.
That's a good thing to know for later in the future.
When we do this again.
Just a space crew full
Yeah, the
of
next
Joe
time someone wants to
Rogans on
listen
a
to
ship.
it.
Oh, everybody's frozen. How? Oh, now
Or are
now
we
I'm
just
and now I'm
really
clicking
good at
stuff.
pretending to be
No, we're back.
statues?
It's coming in and out.
Okay.
Very jumpy.
Oh, if you click off Discord, it'll freeze the window if you like it's not the live one.
Yes, cool. All right, then that's staying. It was just because I was trying to edit your audio a little bit for you, but
Oh, fair.
yes. All right. Well, y'all ready to get into
I don't
this then?
think we determined the plan of action.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and no, let's. You know what? Let's introduce. Let's go down the line. Matt, who are you apart from Matt? What do you do? Where can the people
Apart-
find you? And all those lovely things.
Okay, so apart from being Matt,
Yeah.
I'm Vanessa Miller.
Ooh,
I am an officer of the UCSS Montero, apparently. I am quite thrifty. I'm 46 years young. And I have an ability called Pull Rank, apparently. I have not read this sheet much.
So pull rank
have
will
4
allow
health.
you to like command somebody on the ship to do something. Like if there's like a contention between you and maybe somebody else, or even 2 people on your crew, you can pull rank and get them to do what you want in a bounds. Like you can't just be like walk out there and kill yourself and those.
That's
kind of
under the
things.
assumption that people will listen to me at all. Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what pull rank does. So you can get them to listen to
Yeah,
you
fair,
on,
yeah,
on
right.
threat of like it's your ship and you can kick them out in the middle of space. Kind of.
You saying I can airlock people?
That's up to you. But if you want to start a mutiny on your ship,
Keep it in mind.
L.
Guys, I think we should all attack Vanessa.
That's your buddy.
That's
I
what
was
I'm
gonna
gonna
see
do.
what space tastes like. So I'm okay.
Space tastes like, hey, I'm Ellen.
Okay. According to astronauts, sorry, I was. It's fine.
That was
this is
stereotypical
important,
white
please go on.
person, white male, just jumping in front of somebody just then. Zach, just a heads up.
Actually, space doesn't have a taste unless it's from the region of Chardonnay. Otherwise, it's just sparkling space. Hello.
Space comes from France.
Sure does. It sure does, and you heard it here first. I'm Ellen. You can mainly find me at Roll to Cast, which is ROLE to Cast, which is any winning variety TTRPG podcast. We play a different game each season, so check that out. There's lots of bingeable content there. You can also find me on Sirenscape every Friday mornings playing Cyberpunk Red, 11 seasons and counting, baby. I know. The problem is I've grown really attached to those characters. So I will be emotionally devastated when, and I do mean when, they all die.
Yeah, because it's cyberpunk. Like you're eventually supposed to die. That's how
I
those
mean,
characters.
spoilers for life, but you kind of you're eventually meant to
Excuse
die.
me. What are you talking about?
Don't spoil it. Zach hasn't got to the end yet.
Sorry. No spoil. This is a spoiler-free stream. And I am playing. Thankfully, this is a one-shot, so I'm not at all attached to any character here.
For now.
So I'm the pilot of the Montero. My name is Leah Davis. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I'm just kind of like always looking for that little fix of messing things up. I've been on this ship for too long. It's been too boring. You got to shake things up in your job sometimes to keep yourself alive. And my friend is Vanessa Miller, who I just advocated for.
Sometimes you need to
Throwing
advocate
out-
for what's best for your friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sometimes girl talk, Vanessa. You need to
What
taste
does
some
space taste
Yeah.
You ever wondered?
You ever wondered? Yeah, that's me.
AJ.
I'm next in the lineup. Hello, my name is AJ. I'm from Winter's Tales. I DM Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesday nights.
What?
And today, I know.
What a nerd. Oh no.
I'm being bullied.
know.
Today I'm playing Rye, and I know nothing about this character. I'm real excited for it. My friend is Cham, and that's all I've read so far.
Beautiful.
I'm very keen. I'm just assuming that my character is drunk because I've been called a roughneck.
It's a
what
long
my
neck,
career's
isn't it?
No, it says
Maybe-
roughneck.
Yeah.
I'll find you some tree stars.
Yeah.
It might be
Ooh.
because you just mentioned it, but Cham sounds like preem cyberpunk slang for something, and I
Yeah.
don't
It
know
sure
what.
does.
Hmm.
Like, let's
Coming
find
to
out.
the
Cham.
store near you, Cham.
That's what he's named after, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
we'll figure it
Yeah.
out what it means throughout the course. That's
yes.
what this will really
Speaking
be
of
about.
Cham, Zach, who are you playing?
I'm playing a man, a myth, the legend known as Cham. You all are not like very attached to your character. I am supremely attached to Cham. I am Cham. Cham is me. We are one unified being. The way I feel like the way we're introduced to Cham is like you're like kind of like pulling through like the exercise room on the ship, and you just hear like you just see like he's like doing bicep curls, and all you see is his fist come into frame, and it says like Cham across one knuckle. And then his other hand comes up, and he does a bicep curl, and you see across the other knuckles, it's just Cham again.
But backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
lord.
god! I'm just
You're-
thinking of SpongeBob when he gets like he gets those fake muscles and gets super swole, and like he can make his bicep like into lettuce.
I think the
That
Cham
what
make-
And
the
wrapping
Cham's
up
kinda
our
guy-
crew
oh,
on the ship. Can I just side ADHD and dyslexic tangent? USCSS absolutely destroys my dyslexia, and
Yeah,
it's just
it's not
the most
great.
insane thing to say for my brain.
mm.
But on
Yeah.
another note, Master Luke, who are you and who are you playing this afternoon?
Hi, I'm
Slash
Luke.
night.
You don't find me, I find you. And I,
Threatening.
I am playing John J. Wilson. The J also stands for John. He is the Wayland
You also
Yutani.
cross your knuckles, it's
Yeah,
John.
John.
John-
um, he is the corporate liaison on the USCSS Montero, which I guess just means he is Wayland Yutani's bitch. He's no one's friend. He literally has no friends. He only has a rival who is Captain Miller.
Ooh.
Oh,
He
no.
will do nothing this session but deserve to die by the end of it.
So yes, as a few
Absolutely.
of our characters are mentioned, like a big thing of aliens is like rivals and buddies. So that's one of the big ones. You have a rival and a buddy, or yeah, as Luke mentioned, some people just don't have any buddies and are just completely, the asshole on the ship. The other big kind of mechanic in this game is stress. It is both, as in real life, a double-edged sword. It will add more dice to your pool, so allowing you to get sixes. Sixes is success. Everything else doesn't include. It's not really a failure. You just don't succeed, unless on your stress dice. Like stress dice can also get you sixes as well, but on your stress dice, if you get a 1, you'll be rolling on the panic chart, and then which starts all kind of funky stuff, because most things on the panic chart stresses everybody else around you and also can make them do panic rolls. Little things like you crawl up in a ball and cry for a whole turn, or things like you go berserk and attack the closest person next to you, whether it's friend or foe or anything like that. So you can be all hunky-dory, walk into a room, somebody panics, next minute you're all panicking, and you've gone from a good scenario to a bad scenario. Stress dice will add on when I increase your guys' stress levels. So whether it's you seeing insane things, you doing insane actions, or just, the life of living in space and being a space trucker just genuinely adds stress on. You can relieve stress by just chilling out for a good 10, 15 minutes, doing nothing else. So similar to in D&D, like a short rest, but it will only relieve 1 stress per 10-minute unit. The game will play out in 3 arcs. Each arc, I'll tell you when you're in your next arc, because all of you, I have sent your agenda for Act 1. That's kind of what your character wants to do in that. You don't have to listen to that at all. If you get pretty close to it, I usually will give story points out, which can be used to give you automatic 6s if you choose to use that point to like thing that role. So it's just an incentive to kind of live how that character would live. You can, as I said, you can role play. You can turn Cham into a murderous beast that kills everyone and hates everybody rather than the lovable
Absolutely not.
SpongeBob he already is. But then you won't get story points at the end of that arc. The arcs are very short in this. There's only 3 arcs. What else? Yes, in each arc, you can use your signature item. All of you has a signature item. It's just in your little character sheet. I think one person's like is their drug bottle. I think one's just a photo of their family back home. You can use that as kind of like whatever you want to do with it. You can role play whatever you want to do, but you using that item helps you relieve stress instantly. So, but you can only do that once per act. So it is like I'm up at 10 stress and I need to start finding ways to get that down kind of scenario.
So someone can take a bunch of drugs and I can put on a jacket.
Is yours a jacket?
Mine's a jacket. With a Wayland Yutani logo specifically on it.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
corporate
sorry.
property.
Thing.
You take care of the jacket.
I don't know. Yeah, but have you ever just put on a really nice jacket though? Like,
True.
now I feel like those like lame theater kids.
I really want to call out Zach right now, and he's like,
I was about to
he's
say,
jacket.
This
This is-
jacket.
You should take a leaf out of Cham. He doesn't even wear a shirt anymore, just jacket. Jacket bare chest.
No, I mean Zach in real life. I think that's his signature item, like his like purpley
Yeah.
burgundy like jacket that he has, the Star-Lord jacket.
Does
That is-
Cham-
Which one? Because he had
Yeah.
a bag of burgundy jackets at some point.
Does
Well,
Cham have a rival?
Absolutely not.
No.
Nobody dislikes
His rivals are hatred of your fellow man.
Oh no! Don't make Tim likable because he's gonna die.
He's first one fucking dead, man.
He's absolutely gonna be the first one. He's gonna be like, "Hey guys, I can see up."
Look at this.
I
friendly
didn't want to
little
bring
guy.
this up until it came up in game, but my character's special ability is making someone else take bullets for me.
Great.
So Cham, just don't stand near me, please.
Seriously?
Yeah, personal. I think it was personal safety.
Personal safety.
Yeah, you can grab somebody and use him as a human shield.
Oh,
That's insanity.
Yeah, that's the kind of man the company man is.
How is that a special ability? Like, sorry,
I
oh my
don't
God.
die.
Bowser is very annoyed. But it's like you don't train to like grab someone and put them in front of you. Like,
He clearly did.
The flavor for it is actually fantastic. It's like the most important thing is the success of the company, and by extension, my success is the success of the company. So everyone
yeah.
else
All
should
right,
spend
we-
themselves.
We
instead
better
of
get
God.
into this because we don't want to go too late for everybody. Because some people are on the
Yes.
East Coast with bad daylight savings, and let's not get
Some
too deep
people are
into that.
deeply jet lagged.
Yes. Oh, that's why when you message me and you're like, I just landed. I'm like, oh Lord, you poor bastard. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God, my dog.
It's the sound of the engine.
Going through hyperspace.
That means it's functioning perfectly.
The engine is powered by dogs.
It is all black. As you slowly open your eyes, it is a groggy kind of blur to your eyes as you all open your eyes nearly at the same time and you look around. You try to move a little bit, but your whole body won't move. You try and speak and nothing comes out of you. You look around and you see the other members of your ship all pressed against a wall with sludge and green, like gooey green, and nearly cocoons around all of you. And you notice you can't speak because you see everybody else. Everyone else has that goo across their face as well. And you look around and you notice other people as well. Other people are waking up, people you've never seen before. You all feel that feeling in your stomach when you've overeaten, but it's not down in your stomach, it's feeling higher in your chest. As all of a sudden it feels like your chest kind of like expands a bit, and it really hurts, and one of you feel like nearly crack in a rib, but not really. It should hurt, but it doesn't. Can all of yous roll a stamina roll for me? So you wanna
You want to kill us off the game?
Cham,
Man,
Cham's
he looked
dead
okay,
before he
man.
even got the chance to live.
so
How many dice?
so stamina is you use whatever number is in your strength section plus whatever number is in your stamina to add them together to get your dice pool.
Okay, so I can't see my sheet. Right
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's all-
sorry.
it's all
Yeah, I know. I was
Everything
doing that
Turn
for
the lights on,
cinematic.
NATO.
Yeah.
Oh no. It doesn't look like I have any points in stamina.
So you'll still have points in strength though, at
Yes.
least.
Strength.
Yes.
So is
So-
that the number of dice?
Yes. So strength plus the number in strength plus the number in your stamina is your stamina roll pool.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is gonna suck.
Where is strength?
It's on the little your
It's the bigger
description.
number in the middle of it.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my.
that's a fail from me, dog.
Okay, so no sixes on that one. Beautiful.
No
On the two
sixes
dice?
from me either.
Amazingly, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say
For the
it's
person-
two
for the-
for me too.
For the one person who's not using the program, what am I rolling?
So in Discord, I sent you a PDF that had your character sheet on it, so you
Yes.
can just open that
I've
up.
got that up.
Yep. In the bit that
Mhm.
says like strength, whatever that number is plus whatever numbers in the stamina, grab that amount of
Yep.
d6s and just roll them and tell me if you get any sixes.
Okay.
Okay, where's stamina? 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not seeing that, but I've got 2 6s out of my strength.
So
roll.
stamina's on the top right of the attributes in the middle of
Oh.
them.
Okay, it's 0. I got 2 6s.
Okay. Oh, 2 sixes.
Oh.
Okay.
What?
Ooh, I
Okay.
also got 2 6s.
Okay, cool. So who didn't get any
Alright.
sixes?
This guy.
All right.
Yo.
And Zach, have you rolled any?
I rolled 7 die
And he got 8 6s.
And
I
zero
got-
sixes.
and 0 6s. I got a 5. I think that
Okay.
was the best I did.
Cool. You had the most stamina, and yet you didn't.
Yeah, I got
Oh
a
my
5. That's the best I did. I got a 5. I got 3 5s.
Beautiful. All right. Just as the last kind of push on your kind of like chest, as you feel it like about to break open, and for a strange reason you don't feel pain, and all a second as it's about to burst, it fades to black again,
Interesting.
and you hear a beeping noise. And now we're gonna get into the story. You were space truckers on the star freighter USCSS Montero. God, score first try. Running the gauntlet, the trade route between Anchor Point Station and the frontier. Your ship's cargo is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous tritium gas that is in the process of decaying into the extremely profitable helium-3. Usually cargoes such as these are towed in massive tankers modules that transport much higher concentrations of the gas at a safe distance from the freighter hull. As I said, your ship's a little bit more budget. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however, and this small run is a special order for Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter World, a newly established frontier colony. So you guys are on the way out to a frontier colony to drop off this stuff. While the trip so far has been fairly routine, the Montero's sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point. So Anchor Point is one of the big, huge space stations, kind of in a strategic point in the middle of like space between like Earth and most of the colony worlds. It's like it's the space version of Singapore in a sense. Like it's just like the perfect point of trade. So it has like blossomed and bloomed. And it has sporadically pinged contact with a sensor reflection before you activate the displacement drive and went FTL. And for the non-sci-fi nerds, FTL is faster than light. Your cargo run so far has been without incident. Now you are just awakening from hypersleep, ready to develop your goods to the colony world of Sutter. Yeah. All right, so your eyes open again, and this time it's a lot more brighter, and you hear the hiss of the hypersleep pods as the opening and the fresh air kind of like fills into nearly like when you open a door when the pressure levels are a bit different inside and outside, and all of a sudden like air kind of rushes in from the outside as you hear that beep again that have woken you from this sleep. So, actually, no, I'm going to refer to you now as your characters. Miller, your pod opens first. As the captain, usually your pod is the first one that kind of opens. Yours is all the way opening, while the others are still kind of like, there's a cracking. What do we see with Miller? What, like, give a description as you kind of like hop out of your pod.
She's got like short, dark hair. She's got this jacket that she pretty much never takes off, and it's got a Wayland Yutani logo on it. She's fairly well kept, and
Kind of a Sigourney Weaver looking.
yeah,
kind of-
like a bit of a little, yeah, not exactly Sigourney Weaver, but it's got a vibe. But
Manifesting main character energy, I see.
Trying to get that hero shield over you right now.
Manifest plot armor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I look around and I don't see the power up that says plot armor, so I kind of sigh, and look around as the others are kind of getting out. This ship sucks. I don't like this ship specifically. The crew are fine. They do their work. But I don't specifically. I'm losing so much money on this ship. I hate it, and I look around at it with contempt as everyone is waking up.
All right. As you get out, you like the hypersleep sickness hasn't really affected you that well. You kind of up there. You kind of lean over, do a few push-ups. Just kind of get the blood flowing through the veins. As you start to head off to the like bridge itself to kind of start setting up. The next pod that opens up is Davis. Davis, you instantly kind of not feel well. You kind of had a bit of a rough hypersleep. You instantly, like, as you kind of put your feet over this edge of the pod to kind of sit there, whoop, there's that lunch you had just before we left, and you vomit just a little bit out onto the ground there. What do we see with Davis? Apart from a little bit of vomit on the lip.
So Davis is very androgynous, very kind of like sharp features, quite tall-ish and wiry. So someone who gives the sense that they're kind of like always on the go, always moving. Dark circles under their eyes. Definitely someone who's just about kind of chasing rabbits rather than actually preparing or sometimes even taking good care of themselves. And they've got like a shock of kind of spiky colored hair. I got lazy, so it's me but taller.
I want to be in space, so I put myself there.
Well, I don't want to be in space, but Davis wants to be in space for sure. Yeah, so they kind of like, wipe the kind of vom on their very, very kind of ratty kind of puffer vest and start kind of like almost like drumming on the other pods just to be like, wakey, it's time to get the fuck up.
As you do that, you kind of like giggle to yourself and also follow Miller to the bridge itself. After you hear that beeping noise, Rye, you also then hear this as you kind of like the grogginess of your eyes kind of like clears and you kind of can see the top of the pod, and yeah, you see Davis just hit the top of the pod. As you kind of also get yourself up, put your legs over to the side, you feel quite good. It doesn't feel like cryosleep had its, hit on you. What do we see with Rye?
Is this sort of tomboyish female, dirty blonde hair, doesn't really care about her appearance, but is still quite like pretty, but I think she tries not to be taken a little bit more serious. She immediately gets out a cigarette out of her
Yes.
jacket.
Are they in with you in the pod, like just like rolled up underneath your sleeve, or was it just next to your pod or something?
They're like tucked into my space bra.
Yes. Beautiful.
Space bra.
As you take a big draw into your lungs, and it feels better than the air that like even rushed into the pod at the moment. You look over and see, as much as you hate being here as well, you see the one like positiveness of being here. You're good, mate. Now, Master Cham, the Cham.
Yeah.
You hop up as well, and like even before the kind of like cryopod like lid goes up, you instantly
It's just
and
from
it
the
goes
inside,
up and
you
like
look over to
falls
Cham's
back onto
pod,
your face.
You look over to Cham's pod, and it just like like a bucket full of dirty mop water just like splashes on the inside.
Aw,
It opens
no.
up, and he's like, right, tummy, my tummy, right.
I'm not giving you belly rubs again,
My
dude.
tummy, it hurts.
Why don't you head down to the infirmary? There's probably some hydration.
I'm gonna die before I get there. I'm gonna die.
You know what, Cham? You just might.
He just slides out like a worm out of the pod and is laying on the ground. And he's like, right, it hurts.
Jesus. Just a quick question before we go any further. Does everyone have the ship plans for the Montero? I think it's in that Google sheet. Just if you need references of like where everything is in your kind of ship.
I don't think I do.
All right. It's the pinned one in our Discord chat. I don't know. I know you were having trouble opening the Google sheet last time.
Where are we? Are we in the med lab?
You are all in the... where is that in this ship? I actually haven't looked at this ship much.
Hyperdrive, machinery space.
Cryo. So if you go around past the med lab and all the way up, you're up in that cryo thing. So it's like
embarrassing, but I can't read maps.
Well, this is going to be a fun game for you then.
And I'm your pilot.
It's not like there's stuff you can run into.
Oh,
true.
So,
hey, mate, when you're running on the ceiling, it doesn't matter where you are.
If you punch it hard enough, you'll get anywhere you need to.
well, pilot doesn't need to be a navigator. Technically, a pilot, like if you were on a fancier ship, you'd have a navigator in a sense. So you just fly good. I drive good. I don't direct good. Yeah, there you go. And we'll flick to our last character. You hear the annoying noise of these, what you would perceive as, lesser-minded workers, the roughnecks. All you hear is, my tummy's sore, as you kind of wake up as well, and you feel a bit of a vomit in your kind of like stomach coming up, and you wanna have a good presence in front of this like crew that you're being forced to kind of look after. So you just vomit in your mouth and kind of swallow it so they don't actually see anything.
John does that every morning. That's how he wakes up.
Just every time he looks in the mirror at himself, he's like, I hate you.
It's more efficient than having to eat new food.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So what does everyone see as Wilson's pod opens up?
As Wilson's pod opens, he is a tall man with very unassuming, forgettable features, like aggressively, neatly parted hair, very close crop beard, very well coiffed, very manicured, and still in his like very neatly pressed and pleated, like Wayland Yutani grade 3 bureaucrat assigned jumpsuit, worn like to the T in terms of regulations, rises like fucking Dracula out of his pod, standing at attention. And he looks over at Cham and says, Mr. Cham, I believe you've used up all your sick leave for this year. So I expect you to report to duty within the next 15 minutes. No excuses.
Just like starts to roll towards Galley, like
Wilson, that's
crawling.
a bit.
I just kick you. I just kick you as we
Ow.
go.
I
I'm-
get up.
I'm going
Get
for
up.
a very ochre pilot, so I'm gonna say, Wilson, that's a bit hard yakka. Don't you reckon? We can get some hydration or some never sleeps for free.
Speaking of which, you guys are all classified as dehydrated for the next like 15 minutes, just coming out of like cryo sleep. So in this scenario, you don't have any stress, so it won't affect you that much. But yeah, you will need to get some water and maybe some food into you guys. You've probably been asleep for a good in space, time doesn't matter as a concept because you're moving faster than light. Probably in your terms about like a week, but technically you've probably been traveling for about, I don't know, 6 years or something like that in terms. But to you, your body feels like it hasn't eaten or drank for about a weekish. So just a heads up. All right, so what is everybody doing? The pilot and the captain, what are you guys doing? Because you two would be kind of chumming it up, catching back up. What are you guys doing at the moment?
I turn over and I go, fuck, my mouth is dry. Hey, Davis.
Yeah.
Do we have any of the space hydrolite left?
The hydra.
What is space hydrolite called? Like what
In the
It's
book, it's
space
called
hydrolite. I said it.
In the book, it's called hydration.
Oh.
But it's an 8, like hydration.
Oh.
But that sounds stupid to say.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. What's the brand? What's the brand? What's the major kind of like brand that?
Wayland Yutani, right?
Yeah. What have they named it?
Oh, space juice.
Just a sweet cup of space juice.
You want some space juice, Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, why don't we go to the med lab? Let's take a trip.
Nebulite, that's a good one as well.
Nebulite's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like space juice better.
Yeah, no, space juice. It's already cemented as space juice, so that's
Nebula is like what is the brand name, but everyone just calls it space juice.
Yeah.
Wilson probably still
Nebulite
calls
into
it
the space juice. You can do whatever.
Hey, look, we're all super dehydrated. We're all super fucked right now. I propose a race down to MedLab. Because, hey, we're all on a similar footing, right? We're all fucked.
Yeah.
This is as even as a race you're going to get.
As soon as you say race, Chance definitely.
Yes, I mean...
You hear him like turn around the corner and you hear like a crash of things. Like,
Is Wilson nearby when this is all happening?
If they're sprinting out of cryo, probably.
Yeah, what is Wilson up to? Like, what does Wilson want to do now? Because he doesn't actually need to do anything per se.
I think Wilson is going to go to the bridge and check where the ship is along the route, like how far off we are from our destination, if any messages from corporate have come through.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to head to Mother, or are you just heading straight to the bridge as well? Because Mother is your A. So for anyone and also the audience, Mother is the AI on most ships, especially Wayland Yutani ships. It is a controlled AI, if that makes sense, as in like it has its own thinking and reasoning, but it's still it's like a locked cage kind of sense of like it can only go inside its programming. Yeah, but yeah, in brackets, safe AI.
Sure.
All right, Roughnecks.
Yeah, that sounds creepy. Let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
I think I've followed after Cham, and I'm going to assume that my shoes have little wheels in them, just because I think that's dope.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's the future. Everyone has wheels.
Yeah, and I feel like, because I'm a mechanic, I work on shit. I've made some space boots with wheels.
Space Heelys.
Just space Heelys.
Yes.
Beelies.
Space Heelys. Sweelies. I've made myself some sweet ass sweelies, and
Cham
I
is
follow
infinitely jealous.
Yeah.
Um,
Cham's got his own, but he's too drunk to realize I chase
He's
after
totally-
Cham.
So Cham detours off to the galley. And he's gonna blast some tunes and he's gonna start cooking up for the crew. And he's like, guys, I've made gruel dogs. I've made sloppy gruels. I've made Rye, your favorite, lasagne gruel.
Lasagne
Yeah.
gruel.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
For anything that's not dripping in sauce.
Is this why
Spaghetti
you
and meat
immediately?
gruels.
Is this why you immediately puked, Cham?
It wasn't
Nah,
immediate.
that was the half a bottle of vodka that we had before we got in the pod.
Because we were like,
Yeah.
it'll ferment in ourselves and it'll be
Yes.
better
I
on
don't
the
want
other
to alarm you
side.
guys, but Wilson is on the ship still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miller, whatever.
So mean about
look,
Wilson.
I
Big
don't-
W is got, he'll come
Are you
around,
kidding
I
me?
think.
Are you kidding me?
Big
Corporate.
Dubs. Vitamin
corp-
Dubs is a baller for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay,
He's a cool
corporate-
guy. You
corporate
gotta give him
douchebag
time.
on the ship is gonna fire all of us if we're not careful. That's all I'm saying.
I
Well, you
mean,
could
we
try.
do. We just get the job done, right? Like, he
We'll get it
can't
done.
say anything about how we spend the rest of our time.
Actually, I think he can. That's the problem I'm having.
Well,
I want to
then-
see him repair anything on this fucking ship if he fires me. So you know what? I don't give a shit. And I'm gonna eat my space gruel, and I'm gonna get back to work.
Yeah,
so
fuck it. Give me some of that gruel.
Did Wilson want to
Righto.
also eventually go to the food, or has he just got his own little private snack so he doesn't actually have to eat with the crew?
Oh no, he had some vomit already. He's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's canon. I forgot that he eats his own vomit.
That is
Oh.
definitely canon.
this guy needs to die.
All right. So you guys have a nice meal of this selection of gruel that old Cham has kind of made up. Eventually, like you would assume, like the
Go to our
pilot
stations.
and the captain. Eventually, like because you would know coming out of cryo sleep, this would only happen as you would be reaching your kind of destination. So, usual protocol would be, signaling either the outer rim kind of tower of the solar system that the planet is in, or if you're close enough, actually the world itself, just to kind of get like, coming into like a ship kind of coming into dock or like a city and like, oh, yep, we're nearly here. We're at this coordinates, XXX, blah, blah, blah. So you head to the bridge. Can you give me a navigation roll? Either one of you.
Or both. Let me see what kind of thing that would require.
I can't see any navigation on mine.
Navigation? Is that a skill?
No, sorry, piloting it is on this one. Sorry, I have
Ah,
the other
okay.
system in my head at
Well,
the moment.
I'm the
I'll
pilot.
let the pilot take care of that.
So is it just? Am I just rolling straight piloting?
Or a Comtech one. Either one of those ones is fine.
Yeah. But does piloting get combined with another skill? Or is
Oh
it
yes,
just-
agility.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So it always gets combined with like that bigger thing. that
Yes,
it's
yeah.
on.
So like
Yep.
that's your base stat, and then that's the skills that come off that attribute itself.
Beautiful. All right, let's give this a go. That is one. Oh, okay.
Any sixes?
That's yes, but
Ooh.
also 1-1. A 1-1,
Don't-
1-6
don't-
and 1-1.
Yeah, don't worry about ones unless they're on your stress dice, and because
Okay,
none
well,
of
then
you are
there's-
stressed at the moment, all good.
Am I stressed?
No, not at the moment.
Oh.
You will start to become you specifically will start to develop a bit of stress.
I was gonna
later,
say because
yes.
my pill bottle is almost empty.
Yeah. But as as you're aware, like you're coming into dock, so you're not too worried because usually you could pick up a new supply once you get to a city. Like the stuff
Right.
you being a space trucker, you don't buy things that are like hard to find on Outer Rim because like there's no point buying like the best of the best, like adrenaline
Yeah.
drugs, because how do you get them when you're on out like outer kind of things?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
No pings come back. You also notice, like, looking on your navigation, you're nowhere where you should be. You are, you're nearly a year away from your destination in driving. You were in the middle of nowhere. Just there's not even star system close to you guys at the moment. It is you realize like as soon as that you kind of open the shutters on the actual bridge, and yeah, you look out now with like nearly probably just over 180-degree view. It's just black everywhere. Like in the far distance, nearly like from Earth looking up into the sky when you're out like camping and all that. You see the specks of stars everywhere, but nothing is close.
Shouldn't we be seeing something around here? Like, shouldn't we be?
Fuck me, this is something new.
What do you mean something new? Wasn't there a navigation that it would put us in trajectory of at the very least?
Absolutely, there was. There was a planned route. We were going to drop off our supplies, but this ain't it.
You even realize you are off course as well. It's not even that you're like halfway to your destination. You have like deviated out.
This is not a place that we should be remotely.
Can we get back on course at the very least?
You get a little beep at your kind of like station, Miller. It's the light to signify like mother. You can press the button and talk to the AI itself.
Hey, mother, what's up?
Captain Miller, please report to the mother room, please, for briefing and updating.
Is it urgent?
This echoes through the whole of the ship itself. Like it is a, PA?
Ooh, someone's in trouble.
Shut up, Cham.
Yeah, Cham. Look. Go talk to what's your name? Go talk to Davis. Just get an update.
He's walking to go to do what you do. You asked him.
How the fuck can we hear Cham all the way from the bridge?
It's like a haunting echo
My
down
voice
the hallways.
Yeah, you guys, like, your ship is tiny.
Through the ventilation.
Yeah, your ship is tiny. It's nearly the size of a house. So, like, it's just like you shouting from the other side of a house. And because it's like metal corridors and metal halls, like, it does very echoey through, like, nearly like a cavern. So it has that like echoey, like ooh, 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 ooh. He's in trouble.
Shut up.
Cham, we can hear you masturbate at night. These walls are thin. See you later.
Yeah,
You didn't provide a running narration either.
Yeah.
Oh lordy, that's not an image I wanted in my brain. Delete.
I go to mother.
All right. Well, while that's happening, what are the Refnecks up to? What are our favorite duo up to?
We're down in like the ship's guts.
Yep.
And
just covered in mud and grease and oil and stuff like that.
Mud?
Beautiful.
Cham is like
like it genuinely is like because like and you every time you do get covered in mud, you're like, where does this come from? And then you realize like there's not a cleaner on this ship, so every time you guys like leave the ship and walk back on from like a planet, you trounce mud back through the ship.
Cham tracks a lot of mud. He's a muddy boy.
I also reckon Davis.
So used to it.
Yeah, I reckon Davis does like a lot of like basically like splash landings as well. Like essentially
stomp into puddles.
Yeah, like exactly. It's that impulse of like, or when you're driving and you just see like a big ass puddle and you're like, I'm gonna fucking drive into that. Like,
yeah, it just sets up like how like kind of rough your vehicle is. Like you guys don't, because it's also like a shitty model, you also treat it kind of in that sense. Like if it was a top of the line one, like you guys would probably clean it and all that, but it's nearly similar to the Serenity in Firefly. Like it's always constantly falling to pieces, and like you are just kind of getting enough to fix it to keep it going, and that's about
We're kind of like doing maintenance, like routine checkup after Cryosleep.
Yeah,
and we're finishing off. James like, puts his hands in his pocket, goes, pulls that, and there's just a loose bolt in there. He's like, right,
dude.
This probably wasn't important though, right? This wasn't. Do we think?
Do you remember what it's from?
It It could be like we just like put some IKEA furniture together and it was the extra one.
Yeah, sounds
It
like
could
you.
be.
At that
Or
point,
it
you
could
hear a
not
little
be.
bit of a, and then everything seems to be running fine again.
Maybe this was the problem. And by taking it out, that's why things are going great.
That is some cup
I
half full bullshit just there.
you know that I love you, dude.
Yeah.
But we need this
I love
ship
you
to
too,
work.
man.
Yeah. All right.
This is nice. What was that second part though?
The second part was we need this ship to work so that we can
Oh,
actually
yeah,
get the
yeah,
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So like
And speaking of which, we'll flick to now Miller. You press the like each like door in this, like there's no lock. It's just kind of a like a press button you do, and they kind of like slide open. The mother kind of comms room is about the only part of the ship that does kind of look the time period you guys are in. Like where the rest of the ship looks like something we could build now without space flight technology. The mother room does look very futuristic. It's nearly like designed merely octagonal, and it starts small in and goes out to a point and then kind of comes back in as well. So the floor and the ceiling are like an octagon kind of shape, and it kind of goes out and goes in. And right in the middle is nearly like a pyramid with a black mound on it with like red kind of lines running all over it, and then a little seat in front of it, and then like the most 80s Apple computer looking thing sitting in front of it with like MS-DOS kind of running on it. And so you walk in and you take your seat, and then it's like, hello, Captain Miller.
Hello.
Please press enter for updated information.
I press enter.
And there's like keys missing off it and all that, and like just an enter button is like even like it used to say enter on it, and it's just like that worn away that like it just has like an E and maybe like a half of the T and then the R. So
Yeah.
yes, you hit that.
Okay.
It starts like pile like red MS-DOS kind of like writing kind of starts flicking up. New instructions. Distress signal found. Deviated course. Investigate new ship.
Is this our problem, Mother?
And then it in like all bold, all in capital with like asterisks around it. Priority mission. Directive 1. Wayland Yutani. All other instructions void until otherwise.
Are there any other ships nearby?
And then like it just goes blank, like it's nearly like scrolling text, and that kind of goes up to the top, and then it's blank screen for a bit.
Like tickers over, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden like the next text is update crew with information. Proceed to
Okay.
ship.
Suggested course of action?
And then it rolls up again, and there's nothing for ages, and it just says proceed to ship.
Is ship worth more than current vessel?
And then it like
monetarily.
Scarily like a 5-minute gap of nothing happens for a while. And then it just says again, proceed to ship. Directive 1.
Good. Thank you, Mother. Always so helpful.
And then like as like that, as you say that, then it's like Wayland Yutani directives 1. Crew must always follow directive 1.
I'm following it. I just wanted information. Thank you, Mother.
This is like a usual, like this is not too out of it. Like, a distress signal's kind of weird and all that, but how she communicates with you it always feels like she is like above you, even though it's an AI program. Like it's just like listen. Listen to me and do not question. Like that's how you feel it even handled through text. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being handled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hate it. I will go
Very
back.
advanced AI there.
Yeah.
The
Plus the Turing
condescension
test.
drive.
They passed the Turing test. It made me feel genuine rage.
Yay!
I'll go back and I'll start telling the crew. I'll be like, okay, round up. So I found out why we're off course. Found
We're
out
off
why.
course?
Well, we're not
Ye-
off course anymore. We've been given a new directive. And it
Ah,
has put us
fuck.
exactly where it wanted us to be. There is another ship emitting a distress signal.
Oh.
And it has put us right near it. And Mother has informed us that it is a priority 1, and we are to board the vessel.
Hey,
That's
fun.
I'm with Cham on this. Investigate a new vessel, see something that isn't just blackness for the next
Right.
year or so.
I mean, we were supposed to see a star system, but we got directed here. So, in fact, we got more darkness and
Yeah,
nothing.
but we don't really see a star system, do we? We
We're
see
in
the
cryostasis
poor.
anyway.
What do you mean?
No, don't worry. We're
Ah,
we're not sightseeing while we're asleep. It's okay.
yeah, but we get to actually. I don't know. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun to poke
Yeah.
around in.
Come on, Rye.
Something.
Come on. It'll be a space adventure. Come on.
I-
Every time you say space adventure, we get
Yeah.
back into our ship somehow pantsless, and
That sounds like a good
a lot
adventure.
of shit has gone down.
And not to
Yeah.
mention
Yeah,
the
but we don't
shit,
remember what's happened.
and not to mention the shit and mud you track back in every time. Can we please clean the Roomba, the
I
space
think
Roomba?
that's
No.
someone else. I think someone
Oh, you
else
mean
is
the
doing that.
you
You
mean
see,
the
you
s-
look down
the
at his muddy
Spoomba?
shoes right now.
Spoomba.
There's just dirt and shit everywhere. Look, it doesn't matter.
I just imagine that Davis has put a tiny little top hat on the Spoomba.
Yeah, we've
and,
also
like,
spray painted. Spray painted a name across it. It's called Nikolaus, and it brings us presents, which is just mud.
amazing.
It's like the dirt catcher's already full, so instead of like
Yeah.
sucking up more dirt, it leaves a trail of it.
No, it's
But
more
it's
like
like-
it's
like
more
the
like
little-
when
it's
like
like
they go
cubes-
over dog
cubes
poo
of
and stuff like
mud.
that, and like they just trail that through a
Oh,
house.
No.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that was
Wilson,
the
mud.
don't you like
Constant-
Wilson? Don't you like
Look,
Spoomba?
I have to admit, it is great for morale.
It is
Yeah.
within regulations the manner in which you have dressed him up and personalized this device, but let's
Hey.
not take it to an extreme, okay?
You called
Hey,
Spoomba.
see? You know,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
called
care what the rest of them
Spoomba
say
him,
about you,
So that
big
means
dub.
you're also anthropomorphicating him, so it works.
I've been
Yeah.
in this for too long. Look, if mother has said that there's a distress call and we need to investigate this ship, it must be important. And I'm totally okay with the fact that she told you and not me. I'm totally fine with that.
Of course you are. Yep, cool.
Just after
We're
that
gonna be
sentence,
big
you
damn
hear like the intercom
heroes.
kind of announcement, like beep, 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 similar to the same noise you heard kind of when you woke up from your cryo sleep. And Mother announces, "Ship detected on outer navigation scans. Ship detected on outer navigation scans.
Would this be
Proceed
the ship
to
that
bridge."
would be that's the ship that we've been told about, or is this a separate ship?
No, you have no idea until you're in, because you guys are probably. Oh, did you actually? Where is this conversation taking place? In the bridge?
I thought, yeah, because
Bridge,
well,
right?
Okay, yeah,
Mother is
if you're
directly
taking,
from the bridge.
yeah, no, Mother, is its own little, like, if you have a quick look at the map, it's like a just off to that thing.
Yeah, so I have to go back to the bridge. I
Yeah.
figured I'd go to the bridge and tell everyone.
Beautiful. All right, yeah. So if everyone's, were the Roughnecks then on the bridge as well? Do you head that kind of way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We
cool.
we sweelied up there. And
Did
We
Cham drag
brought,
mud up into the
Sprumba with
bridges
us.
again?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's-
yeah, we brought Sprumba.
Oh, you bought the whole thing.
Actually,
Okay.
we programmed Sprumba to race Sprumba to the bridge.
That's amazing. So yeah, like if you're in the bridge, Davis, you look down and you do notice, yeah, like it's just on the outer bit of like kind of the radar. It is pinging like a ship, and it does have the code name on it. USCSS Cronus.
Cronus. Do we know anything about
See-
Cronus? Like,
SS Kronos.
I wonder if there's a cool role I could make you do. Is there
As
like a
in, like,
history
what,
role
the
or something
Greek-
like that?
As in the
Yeah, so-
Greek Titan.
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Nerd.
Is there like a history check kind of thing we can
was
do?
in character.
Cronus is like a cross between a donut and a croissant.
You know what? Just make a straight wits roll if you want to think. You want to see if your character knows anything about the Cronus.
I mean, I know
Oh.
about Cronus, so I want to roll that.
I got a 6 and a 1 out of my 2 dice.
Cool.
Yeah,
Um,
so is
Matter
it,
right
is
now?
it wits?
Yeah, just pure wits.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got 1 6 also.
Okay, so if anyone that did get 6s and rolled about it, you do like it's like it's a back memory, like years and years ago, probably when you were kids. You heard the
like-
story of the USC
Yeah.
SS Cronus. Like it disappeared a good 80 years ago. It was a scientific vessel kind of sent out to explore things, and that's really all you kind of heard. It was like a big thing back in the day, and it was eventually became a kind of ghost story because it just disappeared and was never heard of for a good, so even before you were born it was already missing. So it was a good 30-40 years after it went missing you guys were born. But it was, yeah, you just remember maybe in school, or you know, when you got into the academy, especially, yeah, the captain and the pilot, you do remember it kind of hearing it disappeared.
Can I go to the scanner and see which ship the or which like is there a way that I can check?
Yeah, you could
Where
probably
the
go to Mother
distress
and
signal's
ask her if
coming
that's
from?
the ship.
Yeah, I would like to because
Yeah.
like I mean like I just want to go and just have a thought and then go check that.
Yeah, you go in and you sit down and you ask the question to Mother, and it's like, proceed to USCSS Cronus. Proceed, and it nearly says it in like scary tone, like that's all it says every single line for a good minute, and then all of a sudden it goes to blank again.
Mother, is there an AI on the Cronus?
All it just says in text, all Wayland Yutani vessels are equipped with Mother. What is her thing? Mother 6500.
Theorist. So, Mother, are you able to make a connection to the other ship, or is that beyond your capabilities?
Distance too far, and that it's just the one line kind of scrolls up.
Okay. Come back and I go, okay, this Cronus ship over there seems to be the one emitting the signal. So it is just us and the one other ship. However, this is weird, Davis, right? Like that's the one that went missing.
It's almost like we get to be what, like ghost hunters or something.
Ghost Hunters, I was just about to say. Right,
I mean,
come on,
it's-
Ghost Hunters. That's my favorite show. You know it's my favorite show.
It's been missing
Yeah,
for
I know,
ages,
I
Miller,
know.
but you know.
Oh, I'm gonna get my stuff. I'm gonna get my stuff. And Jen runs to get his ghost hunting
Miller,
stuff.
I'm sure you're aware of this, but do you know what salvage on a science vessel like this is worth to Wayland Yutani?
I do. The problem is that we have no intel on what it could contain. I mean, we have to go anyway. It's literally the reason why we're here. But I just have reservations more than anything. I would love to get a bunch of valuable shit and sell this hunker off. Honestly, though.
Speaking of, what's the division on that? Wilson? We're finding it. Obviously, it's a Wayland job, but
Well, I'm sure any percentage apportionment will be in accordance with typical wage.
And that would be.
Yeah,
you can
just
talk.
off
You
the
can
top-
talk in percentages. You don't actually
Just
have to
get-
say money wise.
How many
just
balloons
off
does
the
it
top
work?
of your head.
I glare because I know that's the awkward, like, cannot do that without HR being their discussion, going like, yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
Well, look, you are all aware that we're not allowed to talk about each other's wages. There is a confidentiality clause applied to any Wayland Yutani employee. So I would be happy to have this conversation in private with all of you.
Yeah,
Uh,
but we
You're
have a
in private-
transparency and
Yeah.
a not toxic relationship in our workplace, so we actually know what each other make, so we can therefore
Again,
you
I'm
know-
sorry, Captain Miller. I do need to stop you there, but all toxicity levels are well within tolerance at Wayland Yutani currently. So we will not be reducing current toxicity.
Just as that last kind of line is
We'll have
said,
this dog on board.
as the
That's-
la-
Oh my god,
That's the
that's our
Spoomba.
Jones. This
That's
is our
Spoomba.
It's
Jones.
Pumbaa.
You know how they have the cat Jones. Instead, we have a big stupid dog.
So as you two kind of discuss that, your ship kind of comes up next to it, and everything is dark. Like you can't even see the ship itself. Mother automatically flicks
kinda
on
like-
the floodlights, and you see in big, huge letters, like this ship dramatically dwarfs you guys. Even with your like towing capabilities and what you have on back, it is nearly like 10 times the size of your ship. And as you see, like even with years of wear, like it is a beautiful looking vessel. As you see, nearly like as your ship's going past it, you see UNSCSS Cronus on the side of it. As you pull up,
All right,
Just
we're
as
getting close now.
just as that flicks up, the ping kind of flicks on again, and Mother's voice comes on. Salvage Operation Directive 1. Priorities: recover scientific data, samples from USCSS Cronus. Escort the salvage Cronus to Anchorhead or another Weyland-Yutani facility. Directive 3. Save crew members on the Cronus. End transmission.
Will do. Thanks, Mummy. All right. Who's on the way? What?
Oh,
Do you have
lordy.
to call Mother Mummy? It's
What?
Well, I don't know.
I know she
What do you mean?
Don't
It's as
ruin
simple
his
as calling her mother.
don't ruin his hopes and dreams, right? Maybe
He
like,
has hopes and
you know that-
dreams about Mummy.
Yeah. Yes. Do you need to be
Yeah.
judgy about it, Davies?
Yeah.
Alright, everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
I
freeze
need
for a
to.
second.
I need to be judgy about this. Why do you call Mother
Alright.
Mummy?
Why do you call her mother? It's just a word. It's the same. It means the same thing. All
No,
right.
it's MU-TH-UR. It's just convenient. We don't
No.
Yeah.
think it's our actual mother. You know that, right?
And then you hear Mother come up again. Ship's database uploaded to... What are we on? Bridge. Jesus. Uploaded to Bridge. So I've just put in the Discord. That is the schematics. Yes. Schematics of the USCSS.
Does
Shit.
she call Sham her special little boy?
No, not at all. She kind of actually despises you because, like,
Yes,
every once in...
because I've totally programmed it to do that.
No, like, so Mother is about the only like, I would love to go with this, but like Mother is the only thing that like would not, because she like controls her own door, so she wouldn't even let you in. It's just every once in a while Cham sneaks in with Miller when Miller goes in, and like tramps mud through her thing, so she despises Cham with a passion.
This is a big boy,
Yeah.
It's a
Kronos.
big ship.
So
Large lad.
you do
Crew of 17.
Yes, this is a scientific vessel, so like it is kitted out to the max. Like this is like the top of the top. Like selling the ship itself without probably whatever's inside of it would make you all millionaires.
Right. Come
Look,
on.
if we got to work out some way to get this ship working, or at the very least under our control.
Well, I was gonna say more than that. It'd be nice if we got recompensated for finding this damn thing.
All right. Look, I'm hearing
I
what you're saying
agree.
right now. I'm hearing what you're saying right now. Let me go and speak with Mother about what we can approve in terms of an additional share on top of your typical wage.
So like a bonus plus additional shares is what I'm hearing.
Let me run it up the flagpole and speak to corporate. But it seems like this is priority 1, so I would appreciate it if you could all please get on with the mission.
Bags being on the way team. Bags.
Yep, bags.
Wait.
Oh, wait,
Thanks.
I want to go.
Dibs.
We're all the away team, aren't we?
Oh, all of us. Let's go.
I mean, there's no reason that we need anyone on the ship, really.
Yeah, like technically, because you guys are such a skeleton crew and Mother kind of runs the ship, it's not one of those things of like, like you guys can. I don't want to railroad you in the sense of like not having somebody on the ship, but you can leave no one on the ship and you guys would be fine in a sense.
Nah. I'll just
Yeah.
leave her. I'll leave her humming, and
Yeah.
when we're ready, we'll jump in and jet
Yeah,
off.
Wilson, Willie, you coming along? Huh?
Well,
Yeah, I
as I
don't-
said, I need to speak with Mother first, since you're all so apparently motivated by money
Yeah,
rather
well,
than doing the right thing.
Yeah, well, I usually don't work for free, so
Well, you're
That
not
would be
working
great.
for free. You're asking for more in terms of the
yeah,
money.
exactly. So
Well,
we're doing
but
extra job
also we're-
outside our normal scope. So money,
Exactly,
please.
we're
But
doing.
you're not doing the
more
other job
work.
anymore. This is the job instead now.
Yeah, and it's priority 1. So
Well, I'm not seeing a lot of priority 1 behavior, and this will come up in your performance.
I haven't really seen a priority 1 paycheck come through before, so I just need to know what the scope of that's going to look
Well,
like.
once we see some priority 1 work, we can talk about priority 1 payment.
All I'm saying is that we can't go off the ship
Look,
until you
work for
approve
the
it
job
with
you want,
corporate.
Captain Miller. Work for the job you want, not the job you
Job-
have.
Okay,
All right,
well, I'll
I'll
get on
work
selling
as
the ship
Wilson
then, and
then.
we'll
I'll
fuck it out.
work as Wilson. You actually probably all of you would know because you would have like knowledge of ships and stuff like that. The Cronus, the way to dock on it would be bringing your ship over and a like spacewalk kind of channel onto the top, onto the which would open onto deck A into the what is that section called for my head? It is the junction A1. That's where you would come in onto that ship.
Cool.
The junction.
Um,
I'm keen. Let's go.
you guys
Yeah,
all
I
ready
very
and
much
decked
am
out?
ready. to go.
You ready for spacewalking?
Is there, like, is there like gear we need to keep track of, or we kind of just already have that on?
So on that's actually a good point. I nearly forgot that. On the ship itself, you guys have, and this actually does fall under the captain. You do have the right to allocate this stuff. You have 5 MK50 compression suits, all of them with 5 air supply in each of them. You have 1 times motion tracker. You have 1 time cutting torch. You have 1 bolt gun, usually used for really urgent repairs on the outside of the ship. It like shoots a bolt, which will like instead
a
of like
nail gun.
yeah, in a sense, but for bolts, in a sense. You have 1 times service pistol, and you also have a 1 times harpoon gun.
Woohoo!
That's usually to kind of get around in outer space, like
rails.
yeah, just in case you fall away from the ship, you are able to kind of like hook yourself back on. It is like super last resort. You would try and use the suit itself to get back, but just in case of like Murphy's Law, something goes wrong with your suit,
Yeah.
that is a backup. And
Jam also has a spirit box and an EMF meter
for his ghost hunting.
For ghost hunting.
Well, you also like in serious mode, you do have the motion tracker. So is that what Cham would want? Would he beg the captain to have the motion sensor?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have little cat toys that light up.
Here, Cham.
With
Here,
like
Cham.
miniature versions of that.
Is this
Yeah.
for our dog that is on board canonically?
No, it's specifically for ghost hunting. So if a ghost comes near the
It's
ball,
a proximity
lights up.
thing, so we know when ghosts are near.
Yeah.
And
of course, my
and
bad.
for all your
Yeah.
thrill, you do have 1 times power loader as well. So if anyone's seen the second movie, you do have a
Yeah.
power loader because you
As
do
in-
need that to
As in
load.
there's 1 on the ship.
Yes.
Right. Cool.
Cool.
So,
All right.
do you want to allocate those out to certain people, Captain? Who
Yeah, so-
like you obviously 1 suit per person, obviously.
Mhm,
Who's the
mhm.
motion tracker going to? Is that for our resident ghost hunter?
Yeah, Cham, you seem like you really like the
Yes,
motion
yes,
tracker,
yes,
right?
yes,
Are you gonna? Is this gonna work for you?
Yes, absolutely,
I'm-
Trusting you, buddy.
Mr.
I'm
Boss.
pretty good at anything like ranged.
All right.
There is one
maybe I
pit
should-
that the only weapon, because you are not a military vessel or a scientific vessel, you are literally a trucking vessel. There is 1 service pistol. That is the only
Yeah.
kind of weapon. Who are you holding on to that, or is you allocating that out to somebody?
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to work out how selfish she is.
Just in case
I
shit goes
trust-
real, Miller,
I-
I got your back.
I trust Davis the most to not kill me, so I'll give it to Davis.
Okay. So Davis, you
Yeah.
have a pistol.
I won't kill you.
And you've got the cutting torch and the harpoon gun.
Is the harpoon gun the backup if I'm in space thing?
It would more be for your, like, you don't have to, but it would be for the roughnecks would be the ones on the outside of the ship repairing it.
Yeah, I was picturing Rye. If we need to go outside, can I
Yeah.
count on you for that?
Of course. That's what I'm
Right,
good
sweet.
at.
And then the
Probably
cutting
give-
torch. Which one of your roughnecks would have the cutting torch? Or
Probably
would,
give
or
that
would,
to-
or would you
Yeah,
have the
go to
cutting
Rye.
torch?
Good, right?
Okay.
Probably give that to Rye as well, because if wait, is the cutting torch mostly used outside, or is that kind of anywhere in the ship?
That's just to cut metal in general.
Oh, yeah, I go Rye as well, because then that way Cham can stay on
Yeah.
the reader.
Ghost hunt.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
can
Stay on
do
the
what-
real
Uh,
do
mission.
what the hyper focus he has.
Also,
best.
I have pretty good strength. So although Cham is like beefier than me, I'm actually the stronger one of the two.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for equipment. Like the power loader's just on your ship in the
Yeah.
where the what was that stuff? Tritium, I think it was, that you have on your ship. That's just to load that on and
Oh,
off your
yeah.
ship.
Do we have any like utility knives, if we need to cut anything on our person?
You know what? It's space. I'm just gonna say you've got like a pocket knife, kind of like it's nearly like it's very blunt because like
Yeah.
company regulations. They don't want to worry about safety. So over the years,
Yeah.
it went from like a box cutter, then it was one of those plastic knives with a bit of an edge, and now
Yeah.
it's like
Oh my
very
gosh.
blunt of a thing. But you
Yeah.
have some kind of cutting method. It would be hard to sort of even get through fabric, but you still have something because they can't trust people getting injured in space. And since this
can't-
is
and
a
then-
company
and they also-
vessel, this is
And
what
they
they've
also can't
supplied.
leave you with nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to have something, but it can't be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to be like essentially upskilled in like various different things to fix stuff on the fly. So we'd have to have some sort of
Look,
tool.
if you had done the corporate training courses,
We
Oh,
don't
man.
have the best Wi-Fi in fucking space.
If we could afford some ship upgrades for some nice video on demand, then
well,
we
if
could
you
maybe
would
do that.
complete Priority 1 salvage missions, maybe we could afford these kinds of upgrades.
Yeah, there we go on that again. All right, okay, ready?
go.
All right. Are we bringing her up for docking?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of all of you for not laughing at that. That's as adults. All right, Davis, would you like to give us our piloting role?
Oh, God.
Yes, I would. Sorry, I forgot that I needed to do things.
Oh, you're pretty
All
good
right.
at piloting.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Pretty good, I would say. But
Famous last words.
1-6.
Okay, cool. Yep, you bring her up. You kind of hover, like line up speed with her. She's not going too quick. I think it's like half of what is it? What did they say? Yeah, half light speed. So it's easy to kind of bring her up and kind of line up that. All right, now crew. This is our big question. Are we spacewalking between the two, or are we like bridging with
Yes.
the actual kind of like, what is it called? It is called an umbilical extension.
This sounds like a Telltale Adventures moment,
Yeah.
and I'm terrified of making. This
Would there
decision.
be any reason why we I want a spacewalk, but would there be any reason that we would spacewalk instead of just doing like a more safer?
It's cool.
It
is cool.
In case of emergency, it's quicker to get away without like having to undock and
Oh,
like
is it?
and like bring it all
Right.
back in. So that is like, I don't want to make it too
Cham is
hard at
pushing
this
for the
stage.
spacewalk, not for that reason, but
Yeah.
he's pushing for the spacewalk.
I want to get out of here as quick as possible, so I'll pitch for spacewalk. However,
But
Mhm.
also,
Yeah,
it is increasingly more dangerous because like if you're trying to get away,
That's-
then you're
yeah.
gonna have to spacewalk between the two and hopefully make sure it gets to the other ship. So there is
Yeah.
a lot of risk with both of them. Like standard
But-
things, because there's nothing wrong at the moment. Normal standard procedures would be just the umbilical.
yeah.
Don't forget, we do need to bring this ship back as much as I'm all for hopping all over space, we do need to there might be big goods, and so it's just going to be easier to get it through the umbilical cord.
Shit, you're right. If we want to sell anything, I'm gonna have to.
I
change
know.
my
I
vote.
hate it when I'm right too, but
Look, if we're gonna get paid the big dollars, we gotta get some stuff off this ship.
yeah, well, we got to get the stuff off the ship regardless, right? Let's just hope that
Look,
there's some.
I'm
sort
going.
of
I'm going to talk to Mother now. All right. We will get you paid for this.
You
Alright.
haven't
Maybe-
done that already?
I've been standing in this room with you.
Well, that's why we haven't started doing the job yet. We
20
thought you'd
minutes
gone.
Fine.
ago.
Go to the job. I'm going to talk to Mother. And
Alright.
Wilson will walk into Mother.
All
The
right.
Second Wilson
Did-
leaves.
Wait.
My
Does
God.
anyone not know this fact that his name is John John?
Really?
That can't be real.
The
name is-
J?
His name
It's
is
stands
Dick
for
clearly
Wilson.
displayed
John.
on his lanyard that he always wears.
Yeah,
Dick
but
Yeah, bro.
Wilson.
I stole his lanyard once. His name is John John, like fucking a Peter Pan character.
That
can't
be real.
Oh,
How much do you dare me? How much is on the line if I can steal it again? If I can steal it.
I'll give
What do
you
you
one
got?
I
space
will
to
give
balloon.
you. I will give you the rest of my cigarettes.
Deal. I'm in.
I'll give you a day in lieu.
All right. As you guys are discussing, you
I'm in.
walk into Mother's room. You take a seat. So for you, actually, though, as a company agent, the seat kind of like retracts out so you can sit in, and then it kind of pushes you under, and like
armrests pop up.
yeah,
cup
like
holder,
out of
yeah.
nowhere. Like they've never, like Wilson didn't even know that was Miller. Sorry, Miller didn't even know they're there. Like pop out of the side and like pop up, and they have like nice cushions on them, and like a little
Mummy's favorite boy.
yeah, and on the headrest a little like a nearly like a airbag, but like it doesn't explode in you. It like pops out, and inflates, so like you can put your head back, and it's nice and comfy, and then it just like, and then as it scrolls up, it just says in like, normally it's like a text that can run across the whole screen, but now this font is like blown up, as in like it just says special orders 966 follow. Special orders 966 follow.
Acknowledge.
And then in tiny little letters as it scrolls up, crew expendable. And then that's it.
They always
Shocker.
fucking are.
Wow. Who would have believed it?
All right. You guys have pulled up. You've pulled out the umbilical extension between the two ships. Have you guys
What are we
started?
doing? Were we doing the spacewalk, or were we doing?
I think
We're
Nah,
umbilical
we're doing
cording.
the safe
Oh, okay.
route.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
maybe you guys
Cham-
can maybe do the spacewalk while we're doing umbilical if you really want.
Well, it's not the same. It's not the
Yes.
same. It's the risk. You gotta go for it all. It doesn't. There's the umbilical right there.
Then
I'm
go
gonna give you.
first. It's fine. We'll set it up after.
That is my
It's
first
the
question.
feel.
Who is
Ooh,
going
yes.
first?
Yes, right.
Cham,
Let's
do you
go.
wanna?
Let's go. Yes,
Yeah?
let's go. Let's go.
I wanna
Yeah,
go
let's do it. Let's do
Right.
it.
Back.
Ryan and I are gonna spacewalk in first.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
yay.
All right. So even before the umbilical cord finishes, you've
Yeah,
spacewalked down. All right. Give me
Yeah,
a mobility check then.
It's just gone into
Okay.
space for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Floating in
Mobility.
So
space.
this is
Check.
That's why
I
you
have
use the
zero.
umbilical.
Hold
so
on.
a reminder to how this works from my brain.
Yes.
To do the mobility, it's the number plus the agility number of how many dice I'm rolling.
So where's a mobility? Yes. Are you spacewalking as well?
Yeah, I'm going with Cham.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So it'd be the agility, whatever number is in that, plus whatever your number is in mobility. Some people have 0, so you would just use agility. But yeah, you add those two together.
Okay, so that's how many dice I'm rolling.
Yes. Just a quick question. Would
Yes.
would Rye be a bit stressed that old Cham has just rushed into this and hasn't waited for the umbilical, or is she just happy with this? It's just usual standard.
Nah, this is usual Cham and Rye.
That's no worries.
Can I make?
Hold on, hold-
Yeah.
Why
just-
does
I
that
heard
sound like
Get a
a
jam on
sandwich?
Rye.
One day we'll
Nickname.
find out what Cham means.
I had not said them in combo before. That's amazing. Yeah, no. This is a usual
Beautiful.
Cham and Rye situation.
That's all right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, cool. What do you would any
Can
sixes?
I make the case that this is maybe a heavy machinery?
No, at all. Is that no sixes
Why?
there for you, Zachary?
It's 2 5s.
Okay, so this is good. No, I
man.
wanted at least one failure here.
Okay.
So this system has another set of rules. It's called push. So you are able to re-roll all of your dice again. Anything that's not a 6. So even in a scenario, if you do get a 6, but you want some more 6s, whether you're like versing somebody else's roll or something else, you can roll anything that's not 6s. If you push though, it adds 1 to stress. And that stress dice will be added into the system. So technically you get 2 extra dice every time you push yourself. Well, like 1
Okay.
extra dice on top of the rerolls. So did you want to
Okay.
push this roll? This is our first
Sure.
maybe
Yeah,
push
yeah.
roll.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. Let's do it. Where's my stress?
Just add 1 onto that. And then add that
Stressing.
stress dice into your dice pool as well on top of your other ones.
Okay. So I use the yellow dice,
Yep. And then add it in with your black dice as well.
which is still 3, or do I get a +1 for
No,
pushing?
Nope.
Okay.
you just roll. So you only have, have you not got any mobility?
I got no mobility.
So it's all agility right now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So four dice you'll be rolling in total.
God. I really love that people are going for the like, instead of like metagaming of like, who's the best at this? It's like, nah, I can't do this at all. Watch me try.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
How'd you go with that roll there,
not
Zachary?
not so crash hot. Another 5 though, so close to a success.
Okay, you kind of like are floating off a little bit.
Can I help him?
Yeah. So what did you roll on your mobility?
I rolled 4 2s and 1 6.
Whoa.
So that 1 6 allows you to succeed, but not enough to kind of grab
Yes.
him. Would you like to push the other 2 dice to see if you can get another 6 to maybe grab Champ?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes, I would like to grab Cham.
so you can re-roll all the
God.
dice that aren't a 6 and plus in another different
Everyone on
colored
the
dice
ship,
to
yeah.
be your stress dice.
Okay. Oh
So
boy.
add
Okay,
plus
so I
1 to
can,
your stress, and
another
that's a
plus.
permanent +1 now, unless you relieve it later.
Okay.
Space is dangerous.
I will relieve stress later. Okay. Oh, okay. I got a 1 and a 6.
Oh my god.
So
Oh.
just a quick one, is the one on the other colored dice? Is it on the
No.
new? Okay, cool. Then we're fine. Ones
Okay.
are fine unless
So
they're
I
on the
have-
stress dice.
I have 2 more to roll and the stress die.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, a 3 and a 4, and now the stress die.
Yeah.
A 3.
Okay, as long as it's not a 1, we're fine.
Ooh.
So you did get a 6 then? Another one?
I got a 6, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you grab, like you see, like he gets a little distracted. Maybe there was just a little bit of like,
I've got the motion tracker out already.
yes, cool, he's already got the most track, so he's not even looking where he's drifting. And like, just to kind of, because it's Cham, you just kind of direct him back. And so he doesn't even notice you pushing him in the right direction. You're kind of like nearly looking after him. And yeah, the two of you
I've
float
just got
up
his,
to
his
the...
little cord. I'm just pulling him along like a dog.
And you two, yeah, hit onto, not too hard, but you kind of like a little bit of a jolt as you hit onto the
Mhm.
surface of the ship. You see the outer kind of airlock. It has a, standard button.
Yep.
You can press it and then turn just to kind of give
Yep.
an extra little bit of thing. So just in case a rock hit it and opened up
Yep.
the airlock. So what are you guys doing?
Pass through
actually?
there. We passed through the first airlock,
Hmm?
and
No,
we wanna
no.
get into the ship
So you pressing it?
Sorry. Yeah. Press it.
Okay, as you press it and turn, it does the usual like green lights flash on and it goes to open and it just kind of goes ka-thunk and doesn't open.
Ah, fuck.
Uh,
I get out my new toy. the,
Your
is it
your
the cutter, the
yeah,
blade?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so your power torch. All right, actually, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, give me a quick heavy machinery roll. You'll now forever, as long as you
Okay.
have stress dice, you will always keep adding that into it.
I have an 8
Okay, so
in
always roll
in
the stress dice. then.
total
Yeah.
for heavy machinery. Just FYI.
I've got 5. Do you want to use the flame?
Sure.
All
It's
right.
interesting
Okay.
now that you have stress. You're starting to pick traits that you're actually good at.
I'm happy to roll it because
Yeah.
I think I roll more 6s than Zach does.
It's
But
true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Zach seems like he wants to do it. I'll let it happen.
I just, I don't want to get stuck on the outside of this ship forever. Uh, Rye is like you give it to Cham. Cham's doing it, and Rye is giving like most of the helpful insights into how to do it.
He's directing you.
Oh my god.
He's like going for the middle
Up,
of the door.
left.
Oh right, yeah.
All right. Who's rolling my heavy machinery then for me?
I rolled and I got a success.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What was your stress dice?
3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you kind of like cut it
Nato's
open.
like, I want to fuck you guys.
I actually don't want people to panic in the middle of space. That would be the horriblest thing. Well, later on in the game, I'm quite happy, but at the moment, I kind of want you to at least make it onto the ship. Yeah, especially as Roughnecks, like, even though you haven't been on this ship, you know the points where you could cut just to kind of get the lock kind of systems up. How many 6s did you get?
Yeah.
Just one?
Just 1.
Okay, you cut it open, but it's now not going to be able to seal again itself.
Okay.
Which is all right because like ships are set up with an airlock system, like it's a 2-door system because it would be insane if it was just a single door. And even though it was dark to like in the ship, like no lights are on, you could tell that the other light, there's a little faint red glow to indicate that the other internal one is kind of locked. As that kind of door, you grab it and kind of push the door open. What is the rest of you guys doing? Are you setting up the umbilical cord? Or are you gonna?
Yeah, I guess we're just proceeding like normal.
I mean, the whole time this is happening, I look over at Davis. I'm like, "Oh, you want to get started?" Like as they're just
Yeah.
like floundering over there.
Yeah, and all you do is like pull a lever, and all of a sudden, like the umbilical thing comes out.
Yeah.
And like just as Cham and Rye are like going through the door, like the umbilical bit hits and like locks it all in. So now like creates like a airlock system in the sense of now you have an outer door because your ship is now becoming the outer door. As they walk through, like proud as like butter of themselves of just like we did it, spacewalked, got it open, and the next minute they're like umbilical
We
cord is
loosened
like
it for you.
You get to the next door and it is also locked. What are you guys doing the rest of the ship? Are you kind of going along? And Wilson, are you following along? Are you chilling on the ship? I didn't actually get what you were doing in this scenario.
I was. I assume this was happening while I was with Mother.
Yep.
There is a thing that I do want to do.
Yep.
I think this is the most dramatic way to do it.
Ooh.
The tritium gas cargo that we've got.
Yes.
The word volatile has been used multiple times to describe it.
Oh, yes.
Can I ask Mother to maybe adjust the climate control in the cargo bay to make it more volatile? To the
Like as you like progress that, like text comes up and it's in yellow, which is like usually something that's like for your eyes only, 100%, and also like a stressful thing. Like not stressful as in like she's stressing to you this is an important thing. Plans are already in place. Do not worry. Proceed with current directive. Mother will take care of it. And then it was like ... and then it kind of trails up.
don't love that. Then I'll head over to the bulkhead where the umbilical cord is.
Sweet. All right. The three of you have a nice, joyful stroll down the umbilical cord. No stress whatsoever. No need for rolls or anything like that. And you kind of get there nearly at the same time. Like the Roughnecks are deciding what to do with this other door. It is I won't make you roll for this because you guys are knowledgeable enough as Roughnecks. Cutting this internal door would probably not be the smartest idea. You can do it, but you know as like cutting both these doors now, like the ship, if something would happen with the umbilical cord, this whole ship would decompress in a bad way. You need at least one of these doors.
Can I try my access card on the door?
Yes. Okay. As you walk up and hit it with your access card, it goes from red to green.
That
Yeah.
was. Can I get one of those, or is that?
Well,
That makes
maybe if
sense.
you work hard, put in a little
Whoa,
overtime.
Jesus, man.
About working hard, what was your conversation with Mother like? Any updates for us?
Yes,
Jesus
actually.
Christ.
Mother has said very generously that the crew can split 3% of the takings.
3%.
3.
Hey, that's 1%
Yeah.
each, right?
No.
What?
Yeah, you're still an intern, right, champ?
I mean, yeah, I don't think I ever got onto the.
work experience, kid.
So yeah. No, everyone splits 1%, and we'll give you some good credit on your next
Oh
report.
my god. Oh my
Win's a
god.
win. Plus, I'm gonna get rich from the ghost store. We're gonna get proof of ghosts.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be worth way more than any of
All
this
right,
stuff.
buddy. You got to just keep an eye on that motion sensor then, and then
Yeah,
we will
yeah.
see all the ghosts.
Who's opening the
Green.
door? Because like it is now unlocked, but who is opening this door?
I'll do it. Fuck it.
All right.
Alright.
As you press the door slides open, and all of a sudden a human figure leaps out at you guys. What are you guys doing?
Ah.
Yeah.
Is it alive?
I,
do we have
I
time
pull
to
on
see?
Cham's thing so that the flame torch goes straight in front of the human.
All right, so you're
Yeah.
flaming the human that's coming at you?
Yeah,
I
use
am pulling
Cham
Cham
as
in
a
order to do
weapon.
it, yes.
I
Yeah.
just imagine
Using
that
Cham
I'm
as a
probably
weapon.
just gonna like duck down. So if it was like lurching for me, it would probably like trip over me.
Yeah, I just wanna get out of
Essentially,
the way.
I'm gonna do a Scooby Doo and get under the legs and then like.
Where is everyone else situated? Because like the two roughnecks would be the furthest up close behind Davis. Where's Miller kind of standing in this scenario? Would he be standing further back?
No, Miller's in the middle.
Okay.
Like in the middle, someone on the front, someone on the back, protected.
And is the company agent in the stereotypical position of like as far back as they possibly could?
I would love to be, and I would love to tell you I was, but I swiped the door open.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But you didn't open it.
I need all of
I
you
didn't,
to increase
but-
your stress level by 1. As like
That-
the torch kind of comes through, and all of a sudden, like the body just falls to the floor, and you all like time seems to slow down for a second because you still think this is like an attack scenario, and like as kind of time catches up to you and the slowness of time, you look down and it's a headless human.
Oh, cool.
What the fuck?
So we've done our directive. We've entered the ship, right?
Yep. There's the 3
Okay.
directives.
I'm saying that to Wilson.
I'm pretty sure it was a salvage mission, Captain.
Yeah, the directives again. Directive 1 is recover scientific data and samples from the USCSS Cronus. Directive 2 is escort the salvage Cronus to Anchorhead or another Weyland-Yutani facility. And Directive 3 is save the crew members on the Cronus.
Is there a chance that the scientific data that we are gathering is some fucked up shit? Because
were
I
making
would
headless
like to mark
people.
that down in the report.
I assume
We
he
would-
kind of, or this figure like fell over me essentially.
Yes. It
Right.
like now that you've had like a few seconds, it must have just been leaning up against the door, and like
Yeah.
as you opened it, kind of fell out, making it feel like it was attacking you guys.
Can I kind of like roll it over and start looking at like, does it have a badge? Does it, do they?
It has like a kind of nearly. I don't want to make it sound this like stereotypical, but like space scientist kind of outfit. It's like pure white with like a name. It says Benjamin on it, and
was
yeah.
the head like how neatly was the head?
Oh, it's not neatly at all. Like it is like you like bits of the neck is like high on this side and a bit of it's down here, and it's like there's no blood left over. As you kind of like have a quick second to look in, when now as like the door is open, also like nearly the corridor lights are starting to like duk, 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 as like you can look further down into kind of the ship itself, like the lights coming on, and it's just blood smeared all over the wall. Nearly look like it's like been exploded out onto the wall.
Ooh, Benjamin did not have a good time.
Yeah, I guess he really lost his head, huh?
Oh god, he really got ahead of himself.
Well,
He-
look.
He really had his head ripped off by something.
Good work, Cham.
Thank you.
I mean, let's it's been 40 years, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know,
Nothing's
space madness probably caught up with them.
It's been about 80 years, probably, since
It's
this
been
went
80
missing.
years, right?
right. This was bound. It would be weird if there wasn't bodies.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that the Directive 3 is just like if someone happens to still be in a cryo chamber or something. Other than that, I'm assuming everyone's dead. I didn't think they would be headless, though. That's
What's
a concern.
the decomp like on the body?
It's like a real grey kind of look on it. It hasn't started decomposing though, which is weird. It just like all the skin is like real grey.
Just
Would that be because it's like
pressurized?
decompressed? Like there's no oxygen to.
That's all you can kind of assume without like a real like medic to kind of look at it. You wouldn't like you guys could do a medicine roll, but even within your character's kind of like basic knowledge of medicine, you would only be able to like assume certain things. You wouldn't be able to get a more concrete kind of like cause of death.
All right. Well, Benjamin's not going anywhere. If we're lucky, everyone inside will also be indisposed. We just grab the shit and have a little look around.
As Cham is walking like down a hallway with Rai, he's like, "Look, I know I get kind of like excited about this stuff and about a space mission, space adventure, but like if we do, for instance,
Find a
find
ghost.
video evidence of a ghost,
Yeah.
that could be a lot of money for both of us.
I agree.
You know,
Look, I think that we should turn on our body cams that I assume we have.
yeah.
Kinky.
Just in case. I feel like that. Yeah.
Because
But
like,
also, if we find any tech, let's not tell the others. Let's like not mention it.
How far have you walked away from everybody when you're saying this?
Oh, decent while. Yeah. We went ahead.
we're kind of exploring.
All right, you guys have the map. Like
we've
you
lost
you have a few
leads.
minutes. Like where have you guys headed all to? Like
So
instant.
the map does the map have the other ship in it?
I put it in Discord. It's the most recent one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, also if you're using Tabletop Simulator, it's the one that's on the actual
Yeah,
table at the
so-
moment.
Oh right. Oh,
Yeah,
right,
you
right.
guys have all come in at Deck A
yeah,
at
yeah.
Junction
So-
A1 up the top there. So you're all in.
Deck.
So you've come down from the top of the
Yeah.
ship into
Ship.
Junction A1. That is actually
So
a ladder
that's-
that also goes all the way down through all the way to to Deck C as well. Like it's a ladder system that goes all the way down into there.
Right.
There is also
Junction
elevator
A1.
systems
Cool,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
know as well. And yeah, there's another set of stairs that go from Deck C down to Deck D as well, which is the like garage and all that kind of section.
All right, then
Well,
we're
it
heading
looks
to
like we're
cryo.
heading. Yeah, it looks like we'll hit cryo soon. So
All right, so you
that
guys are
might
heading
be
down
where
that
we
kind
find
of
any survivors.
Yes, cool. I'll give you a bit of description of the actual ship as you kind of come in. It is only like as I said, lights have come on, but they're more the emergency lights. It's still very dim and dark, and with what you can see with the light, you see like nearly a dust film in the air as well. You don't hear any of the like air recycling systems have come on at all, so like there's probably no air running through. So in your suits is like using up your air supply at the moment.
How much air supply? Do we have like hours or like?
So I was
Minutes.
literally trying to look that up 2 seconds ago.
Um,
That's why I was trying to find it in my thing. Because I know you have Air 5, but I'm trying to remember how quick that goes through. I'm pretty
Okay, maybe I'll wander in because the air scrubbers shaft is there. Is that something I can get into, or is that like?
even like it doesn't matter what you fix at the moment, you need power on in a sense.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Like even with air scrubbers like fixed, or if you don't even know if they are broken at the moment, or if they are, working perfectly, you need power on. You do
Right.
know that it would require probably Mother powering up this ship. Like, there's no...
Right.
It's shut itself down. It's gone into more of a, like, hibernation mode. So
Right.
you can go explore for a bit while Mother tries to, like, combine with this one's ship's mother, in a sense.
Cool.
The best
All right.
description.
Let's head to the cryo chambers then.
All right,
Let's
Yeah,
do
no
it.
worries.
all of yous, or just the roughnecks?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Wilson, are you heading with them as well, or are you heading anywhere specific?
I will go in that general direction. Looking at the map, it looks like Mother's on the same floor.
Yes, she's right at the front.
So I will probably branch off just before they get to Cryo and try to get to Mother on the Cronus.
All right, cool. So we'll do your one because that's the closest. You would make it there first before they get all the way to Cryo. You get to the door and it has the red kind of lockdown on it as well. Using your key card again.
If it works.
Yep. You put it up and it tings and that green light kind of comes on and you're able to push the button and the door into Mother kind of opens up. This Mother's room is like huge. Like, it is a big one, and it it has a larger kind of dome that is nearly like see-through, and it actually, like, as soon as you walk in, instead of like a computer being in front of it, it actually like shows images and words inside the kind of Mother's dome that's in there.
I will actually just to run it back 1 second. As I'm on the way there, I will say, Captain Miller, I am going to check in with Mother on this vessel. If you'd like to accompany me.
I would, yeah. Let's find out what's going on here.
All right. So you two are heading that way, and the three are going to there. So yeah, you've gone in, and that's kind of set up. It just like
Splitting us up, yeah.
in the inside of the Mother kind of dome, it has like powering up, and then it has like a timer of for like 5 minutes. And it's like a nice, like nearly how like they did the what was all those like holographic concerts they did. God, it's now probably a few years back
Like
now.
ABBA.
Yeah, like those, like, and it like has the numbers kind of floating in that kind of like fog kind of sense. But yeah, you have 5 minutes until like the power kind of comes back onto the ship.
But Mother is powered?
Yes, Mother. This one stays on permanently. It's just the rest of the
Right.
ship went into more of a hibernation mode just to kind of conserve any. It didn't know when it's ever going to get found again, so it's kind of conserving its energy.
And in, like, I guess standby mode, whatever it is, can it still run like a ship diagnostic?
No, just because it wouldn't be able to like log into the bridge yet. As soon as the
Okay.
bridge kind of gets powered, then it would just require too much energy, and it wouldn't need to give those directives usually during a hibernation. So it's more just like, yeah, in the 5 minutes, at least we'll have power to the bridge and we'll be able to do a full diagnostic. It actually can give you a diagnosis before it went offline. So it can't give you
like the ship's logs.
Yeah, like it can tell you what the diagnosis of the ship was 80 years ago when it went into hibernation. And yeah, cool. It has
Ooh.
it has a red sitting on comms array, it has a red sitting on engines, and it has a red sitting on air scrubbers, and that's all it can kind of tell you. And then all other systems, and then it has a little green light next to them. But that was 80 years ago, so more damage might have occurred since then. All right, let's head to our threesome. What are we up to?
What's up?
That definitely wasn't supposed to be dirty. I was trying to think of a good name for that, and that's all that came out. So sorry for that.
Well,
but
we're
yes,
checking.
that's what you are now.
We're checking out Cryo.
All right, you walk
Cryo
along.
gang.
Let me just check the map just to make sure I didn't forget anything.
It's a Davis
mean-
sandwich with ham on rye.
No. Oh lordy.
Cham on right.
Cham on
Yeah, sorry, cham on
Come
rye.
on, right.
You do get to the cryo chambers, and walking through this kind of section, every once in a while, enough of an emergency light like shines enough onto the wall, and you see like, mate, was that scratch marks? And you kind of feel across it, and like weird, like yeah, it's just like
Hmm.
scrapes down the sides of like the walls here and there, but you can't. There's not enough light to really get a good tell of what it is. But yeah, it's like
And they
real
take worse care of their
scrapings.
ship than we do, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think this is just wear and tear somehow.
And then
Kind of is it fucked up that I'm I'd much rather be doing this than just work.
Right? Space adventure, right?
I mean, it might end up killing us all, but yeah, I
I
just
mean,
don't
haven't
want to
died yet.
do.
I'm
I
on a
just
pretty
don't
good
want to
streak.
do my normal job.
I also just feel like it's a bunch of bullshit that we get paid piss anyway, and just like if they pay us more, it's just more piss on top of piss. It's not like great. So
that is true.
we could take our sweelies and like traverse the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take
Okay.
our sweet ass time.
Yeah.
Have
We-
fun with it.
You do get to cry.
Ooh.
Does that mean you're still going to cry, or do you want to deviate from
Yeah,
your
yeah.
path now?
No, we're still going to cry.
Okay,
I
cool.
also have a flask. Anyone want a drink?
Yes,
Oh yeah, that's what we need.
that will increase our stress, won't it?
Liquid courage.
Would it take their stress away?
No, it does work towards your like addiction level as well. So you're not going to have to worry about that for a little bit longer. Just because it's enough of a buzz, it's not going to be a full addiction kind of like
Yeah.
deterrent. But yes, it kind of gives you a little bit of a buzz that you're like, ooh, yeah, all right. I feel that
Yeah.
like warm feeling going down your throat into your lungs, and already on top of the adrenaline you're having from exploring a ship.
Yay.
You get to cryo, and an emergency light is on just in front of it because like coming from our own knowledge in safety and all that, like it shows you the door itself. Like that's why that safety light sits in front of there, because in an emergency scenario, if the lights go all out, you still need to know how to open the door to get through to the next room. So it does give you a better view of this door rather than the hallway emergency lights, because they were more in the center of the hallway, so they weren't shining onto the wall. You definitely know these are scratch marks. There's like huge kind of claw marks. They don't go in too deep, but it's nearly like I don't know why this is now the reference in my head. In The Mummy, when they open the like tomb and there's all their scrape marks, like it looks like people had been scratching on this for a long while. Like something was
So
determined
they're like human finger spread or
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah, but just like somebody with very sharp nails.
Right.
Yeah, there's scrapes
Yeah.
all over it. It doesn't look like they got in, but something was like scratching on this for a good long while.
Whoa,
Did they bring a tiger on board?
I don't know. I mean,
Like, is there
I mean, it was
wildlife?
a science vessel. They could have had anything. On
Yeah.
it, right?
Do they
That
have
is true.
do they have wildlife on here?
you ever hear about some of those X drugs that they're making out there? Ones that make you like really roided up and shit.
Yeah, zooted.
Oh,
Zooted.
it was a drug ship.
Yeah, guy was.
I don't
tweaking
know,
out
I'm
his
just-
mind.
I'm just saying this is like a research ship, you know,
Mm.
that they send out to fuck who knows where.
Yeah,
Could
yeah.
have been
they get some-
experimenting with any crazy stuff here.
They get some poor
Mm.
dudes low on their luck. They pump them full of. They get them all quirked up on the sauce, and then yeah, look what happens.
So strangely, there's not a lock light on the outside, but it is as
Huh?
one of you press the button to kind of open it, it does not open. Yeah,
Huh.
you got the Roughnecks there. You know how like this system kind of works. It seems like
Yeah.
somebody has overridden it, they've locked it from the inside. So
Is that something we could like hack our way into?
yeah,
or would
like
it be
you could like pull apart the door in a sense. It will take probably a good half an hour or something to do.
right, but is that something like because Rye, you're good at like the tech stuff, right?
It would like
Yeah.
there's no like electric panel for this. This is more like you would be pulling apart the door itself.
Right.
So it's
okay.
more like
Like
yeah,
strength.
like mechanical, more like you're like pulling it to pieces.
Locked on the inside, that might be a good sign.
Yeah.
They knew whatever the fuck
Mm.
was out there. I think we should get
Yeah.
in here. I know that they want the science above the people, but fuck the company.
Yeah. Can we blowtorch through this thing faster? Yeah.
Yeah, let's blowtorch it, baby.
Blowtorch it, baby.
Okay, yeah.
Make this through faster than half an hour?
Yeah,
Or...
this will probably take a good 15 minutes then instead. Like, the cryo ones are usually very thick just in case of, like, you know, this is where you would go during, like, a crash and all that. Like, so it is kitted out a little bit more to be more resistant to it all. Like, if you, as a crew member, couldn't get to escape pods or emergency evacuation vessels or anything like that, this is where you would go. Yes, Mr. Luke.
Is there a reason that this crew 17, but there's only 3 cryopods?
No, these are cryo rooms.
Right. Okay.
Like, as
Oh,
you
so each
guys were in
room
that
has
one
multiple-
cryo room, all 5 of you were in that room.
Right. Okay. I'm
Yes.
with you.
Yeah, so this is
Right.
they,
So
and like
budget
it's a lot
cuts.
bigger as your one than your one, so they could probably fit 10 in each cryo room. And actually, you're a company agent as well, so you would know this on like, even though you are not this level of company agent, you do know on like a vessel like this, they would have their own probably cryopod in their room. The company agent for this ship, and probably the captain would too.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like with what light you've seen, even with the like scratches and like 80 years of aging, this is a beautiful ship. Like this is like money, 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 money. As I said, like you guys selling it would at least make $1 million each, one of you.
It's just a shame it's gonna go back to this stupid company. I'd much rather.
Or
What?
Or...
now bear with me. I may be a little drunk. We kill Wilson. We take the ship. We fly away.
Just you try it. Someone else is going to take the bullet.
While they're having
I-
this,
Yes, because you and like John Wilson are walking to like so. Yeah, actually, that's a good
John, we're friends
conversation.
now.
How you two are you two like
Yeah,
walking
what's the
silently
banter?
silently
Well-
next to each other on the walk to the cryopods?
not not even that. The 5 minutes that we have to spend.
Yeah, I think we just wait there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we wait there for 5 minutes, and then like at a certain point, like you can see me getting like restless, and I'm like, okay, here's the deal. All right, I don't like you. Okay, we know that. That's established. That is a thing. That is. Look, the crew don't deserve crap. Okay, they're good people. And with that being said, I know we asked for stuff. You said 1%. And that could be fine, but you've seen our ship. You've seen that it is not good. So like we could really use some repairs. And I figure, you know, won't do it in front of them. I'm gonna call you a piece of shit when we get back to them. Sure, but you to me, if we could at least afford some better equipment, then we're not gonna have to worry about crap all the time. And you know. Champ's 32 and we still call him an intern. Can we put him on payroll? He's a good kid. I mean, he's not a kid, but
Very much a fully
intern
grown.
implies that he's like a teenager.
Well, yes, biologically he is 32, but he's spent at least 10 years of that in stasis, so...
Yeah.
Fair.
All I'm saying is that he's a good kid. He deserves to be paid for his work and not... You know, the college doesn't exist anymore. It went under. We just haven't told him. We need to...
Keep saying that I'm getting college credits for things.
No! Oh my god, that's so sad.
Oh no.
Can we put him on payroll, please?
Look, Captain Miller, I understand this would have been a very difficult thing for you to bring to me, and I appreciate your candor.
End of sentence.
Yeah. Same cut. Next thing.
I'm just looking out for my crew.
And that is commendable. That is a very admirable thing you were doing. You understand that my hands are largely tied. We work for the same company.
You're not gonna do anything.
I'm not saying I'm not going to do anything. Sorry. It's hard to do.
No, it's all right.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like you either.
At least that's mutual.
I understand the position you were in, and I get that you want to provide for your crew. It doesn't take a genius to understand the scale of discovery we have made here. I can assure you that it is noted by Wayland Yutani as well, and it will be recognized in kind.
I think I understand. And I want you to know. And then we walk around the corner. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Fucking
So
asshole. Fuck, he's not going to pay us any fucking more.
I figured out the air system. Yes, so it is every 5 to 10 minutes your air supply goes down. So you guys probably are down 2 air supply by now. So you have 3 air supply left in your suits.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, we gotta get these. Maybe let's not spend our time cutting through this door, and maybe go for the air scrubbers when they get turned on.
Yeah.
Well, look,
Okay.
I'm just for the sake of time, and this is some real horror movie shit. Fuck it, I think I'm just gonna explore. You cut in.
Oh,
You
yes. Where are you
see
going?
What's up?
Yeah, where's somebody? Where's fun? Do you want to start? Because deck B is your main part of your ship. Your deck A is
Yeah.
more for like your mother and your cryos, and like just a little bit of here and there. But deck B is like where the crew normally would be. Deck C is more where like your roughnecks would hang out and all that kind of stuff. And deck D is more. Wow, that doesn't sound nice, deck D, but whatever.
Yeah.
And deck D is your like garage and your storage system for that. Like in this kind of
Yeah.
ship, they would have like an actual driving vessel and like an exploration
Yeah.
vessel, and all that kind of like exploration gear would all be down in deck D.
Well, I'm just thinking, you know, smart and dumb at the same time. I want to get to deck B, but I want to see if I can pick up some other suits while I'm there.
Okay.
You know, and maybe like exchange my oxygen to like buy me more exploring time. But mainly I want to get to deck B and check out the science sector.
There is a whole bunch of suits up in the top right part of the ship. I don't know how we're gonna do that in my mind. There's all the EVA suits and all that, which are the similar kind
Yeah.
of suit. That's where they are stored. You do not know if there's any in there or anything like that, but that's that's if people put them back. As a person
That's
that's
where they'd
worked in
be.
workshops my whole life, doesn't mean people put them back there, but whatever.
Truly.
Yeah, so well, at this point, elevators are not working yet because no power, so you would have to go through the junction A1 like staired ladder system. So you're heading
Let's
back up
do
to where
it.
you're going. All right,
Yeah.
cool. By that stage, you guys have kind of rounded the corner. You're having that kind of conversation, and probably the 5 minutes has passed by about now, and all of a sudden, like, lights start turning on in the ship. You hear the doof, 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 as like each light kind of turns on, and like now like the splendidness of the door like turns into like you were like, oh cool, wow, that's like a lot of scratch marks, but now like seeing the whole wall, like the scratch marks go off the door and they were like scraping from across like the wall, and so even like the frame and the wall around this cryo door is all scratched to hell. Like, and now you see like how deep some of the scratches are. Like a human hand shouldn't be able to go that deep into metal.
Okay, what the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah, as you two roll up.
Tigers is the lead theory right now. Big old tigers.
And you've already spotted this.
Well,
Striped, Captain.
It's the
Tigers are
logical
striped.
explanation, though. Like wildlife, right?
drugs.
Uh,
They're
yeah, we
quirked
were
up.
Yeah,
thinking
drugs or
roids.
wildlife. Those are the theories.
Or
Yeah.
both.
Loose tiger.
Drug tigers.
Yeah, I think they got
Drugged
these
up tigers.
roided
That's
up
it.
tigers,
Has
set
to
them
be.
loose on the ship.
Have we
Um,
got-
Brilliant.
Just a quick question, Chim. Is he still loving his motion sensor?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Every once in a while, you get a ping, and
Does
it
it
is
make like a noise?
yeah. It does. It does.
Yeah.
It. Oh man, I forgot what the alien motion. Boom. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes it's a bit close. Sometimes it's a bit far. It is.
By the way, heavy ESP situation on board ship. I'm getting pings, guys. So
And you
feeling
say
good for my
it's-
ghost podcast.
And it's a tiger, you say.
Well, I mean that's a whole separate thing to the ghost stuff. But
Okay.
All right, the ship is now turning on, like more and more on. Like now, like the little like temp gauges on your like suits are showing like a level that's not like dead free, like space freezing anymore. Like the heat level's coming up to more of a reasonable level. And all of a
Is
sudden,
the
like
air turning on?
it's almost like you read my mind. Literally, the words that were about to come out of my mind, out of my mouth, Zach. You do like because every like now that you can see the walls, there's these little like air vents, kind of like every couple of thing. You do see them on the kind of schematic map where they would like lead onto the actual walls on the ship. They're a bit too small for a human to kind of get into. Like you could like the smaller ones of you may be able to squeeze yourself through there. But it would be like a real struggle to kind of like, you definitely don't want to be a claustrophobia person going through those kind of things. Like it is genuinely like you're like worming your way through. Like you wouldn't be able to crawl. So like it's going to be a terrifying experience. Who are our smaller ones? Like who wanted to be the smaller kind of people? We didn't really discuss that too much. Who's framey?
I think I'm quite like I'm strong, but I'm small.
Yeah, so you got farm strength is what I like, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Like the farm people that are usually very skinny, and then next minute you see them pick up a whole hay barrel with one arm.
Wiry.
Yeah, like real wiry. All right, you're like that.
Yeah, I don't think I actually have a good strength roll, so I say I'm pretty wiry and thin as
Hey,
well.
right. Instead of we take down this door with like our fucking blast torch and shit, you reckon you could climb through the air duct and get into cryo chamber 3 or 2, and then unlock it from the inside?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that idea. Okay, cool. Like like they are turning on as well.
Last time I jimmied into that tube?
Yeah.
Got like the good stuff from that place.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
Like as you were discussing, like the air vents,
and then I was
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Sorry, Nato.
No. I was listening to the story. Like as you like discussing vents, you hear like a little bit of a breeze kind of finally starting to come out, and you hear like, but there is kind of a breeze kind of coming out, so there is a little bit of oxygen kind of flowing through this place. It's more in the sense of like you wouldn't want to do like heavy running. It nearly like you're like working at altitude right now. Like that's the level of oxygen that's kind of flowing through this. It's enough to breathe. Like if you did take your like helmets off your suit.
Is it wise to do something like that in this situation?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn off my suit's breathing just to save it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah. So you two have got your helmets off?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, how long does the air supply last again? It's not that long.
Yeah, you're about halfway through it already.
Yeah. So we're on what 2, 3 air supply?
Yeah, you're on about 3 at the moment.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
So if they do it and don't immediately die.
Yeah, as soon as like Cham takes his helmet off, it's like, what's that movie now? The Arnold Schwarzenegger one on Mars.
Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall style. Like, head starts bulging
yes.
and no, it's all fine. He clicks it off. The air tastes terrible, like absolutely horrible. Like, I don't know if anyone's gone into a very dusty house and all that, and like that, it's like you taste dust on your tongue. Who is keeping their suits on and all that?
Tastes like.
Yeah, that's what space.
That's what space is.
Who are keeping their helmets on?
I'm keeping mine on.
Okay, cool.
But I'm not here.
I just got to note that because your oxygen will keep going down. I just got to remember that.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to find like other suits.
You're climbing through the vents.
If I'm climbing through the vents, I think I take my suit off.
Okay.
Just down.
Yes,
to, like,
actually, that is a good point. With the suit on, you would not be able to get into the vents.
No.
Suit.
I also like. I was gonna say I've got like a squeezy bottle of like oil for tequila, and I'm just like.
What is it in American movies like Pam or something like that? The one they like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Grease me up, woman.
Like,
I was just thinking with that. You know, Willie, the groundskeeper.
Willie. My God, you're greasy.
From the Simpsons family. Yeah.
You're greasy.
All right, so we've got Rye going in there. Yeah,
Cham
where's
is tracking Rye through the motion sensor.
yeah, like you would be able to see all four plus you holding it. So we've got Cham just sitting by the vent itself.
Yeah, like he's tracking her like nervously, like he's nervous for her.
Cool. Miller, what are you doing? You do know, like at this
I'm trying to
stage
get
now,
Cham
because
to focus on the other signature.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
Would
yeah,
you do
yeah,
that?
yeah. Sure, yeah. But like Rye's in there.
Well, like it like it will only blip for a second and then like not be there for a good time, and
Yeah,
and
I'm
it's like
concerned about that.
and it's like shadowy. Like it usually is like a solid white dot on the thing, but it's not. It's like nearly you can only barely see it on the actual scanner. You do know as the captain now, with like Mother turning on the ship, the bridge will be on as well. You do know this as well, Wilson. Are you just hanging out with
That
Cham?
Floor down.
Yeah, next floor down.
All right, bridge should be online as well. Cham, can you please just keep an eye on that extra?
Oh, you know I
signature?
am. You know I am.
I'm not talking about Rye. I'm talking about the extra dot.
Yeah, no, yeah, that because it could be proof
Yep, the tigers. Yes.
or
Or
Ghosts.
whatever makes you focus more. I'm happy for you to focus on.
Like feeding
I
into
got it,
your
Captain.
ghost theory, like this is what your
Look.
mind would assume would be a ghost on a motion tracker, like because it is like transparent
Oh,
in a
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, so
only
it's really
flickering.
fueling his like theory at the moment. This like weird blip that shows up every once in a while.
All right, just keep track of the ghosts. Are we gonna wait here some time for Rye?
Nah, I got it. You go do captainy stuff.
Well, both of you would be heading down because, like, oh no, the elevators are on now. Like, but Ryan had already started heading down the junction. Would you go down the elevator that's like right next to next to
Cham.
where you are, or would you take the ladder down?
I would take the elevator and I would say, Cham, we're going to the bridge.
All right, Wilson, what are you up to?
Yes. I'm going to the bridge with the captain.
Okay, cool, beautiful. All right, you guys all start heading that way. So you're leaving. So just to make sure this is the scenario, you're leaving Rye on this level in a vent by herself.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
Greased
outside
up.
the vent.
Oh, I thought you
greased
said.
up.
I'm
Greased up
trying to
in
get
a vent.
Cham to come with us.
Yeah, I thought.
No. I'm with Rye.
All right, cool. Just making sure. I didn't want to like somebody get angry because I killed the character because I left them by themselves and I didn't explain it that well. Cool.
I mean,
Just making sure.
It sounds like you're gonna kill Ellen in that situation.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to not discover any of the plot. Like,
Hey, look, we've all played
Straight up,
RPGs.
I'm taking
Going
out- I'm
off the
taking
main
out
course
before.
gets you all the experience. So then, by the time you get to the big boss, you're too over leveled, and then you destroy it in one swing.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to lean into the genre. Someone needs to.
Okay.
Someone needs to be like, "Hey, you want to check this out?"
Is
All
there
right, cool.
like a comm system we can use?
On the walls, like if you, I think it's Deck D has like a legend for you guys, and one of them is like comms. So none of you actually have any personal comm systems because the company wouldn't shell that out for you guys because it's a small enough ship, as you guys knew, that like you could just yell down the hallways and hear each other. And also it's a budget thing. They're not gonna fork out, thousands of dollars to supply you with personal comms. So the wall comm, you do know because it's like the standard in Whaley New Timely ship. You could press the button and it like goes over the PA. So like any of you can go to a comm and like talk out, and then they won't be able to respond unless they are near a comm as well. So they can press the button and kind of go up.
Cham, before we leave, if you get anything, if there's anything up, any trouble, with Rye or the ghosts.
Yeah.
You know where the wall comms are?
There's literally one right
there's
next to the
wall comms?
elevator that you guys are going to
Yeah,
go down in. So yeah,
No
it's
worries,
quite
I got it.
close.
Go to the
Wall
wall
comm.
comm and call out to us. We'll be in the bridge. We'll have one as well.
We cut to you guys both going down the elevator, and you hear Cham's voice come on. It's like, any ghosts, supernatural entities, ghouls, feel free to come on by, hang out. I'm chill. My name is Cham. Rye is here as well. Just come hang out. We're up the top.
I'll turn
Any
to Miller.
drugged up tigers? Also, no, thank you.
I'll turn to Miller and say, "You wanna hire him?"
And I like hang my head in shame. I'm like, I do. He's a good dude.
So, like, as that sentence finishes, the comm system comes back on again, and it's just, and then it cuts off.
Is it like static or is it like that growling?
Or like a tiger growl.
Or a tiger growl?
No, it's more like a ghost growl. No, it's like static. It's like static, but it doesn't sound like the usual like white noise static. It sounds very harsh, like when you were like trying to tune the old TVs and it had that really
Yeah,
like
gritty.
gritty static. But then it cuts off and it's all silence. Apart from, the very, very noisy air vents. Speaking of which,
Look, at least
air
he's worked out
vents.
how to use it once.
Yes, air vents.
So I would like to imagine that Rye was a gymnast as a kid.
Love it.
And
Love it. How's your
so I
agility?
feel like once look,
You don't need to
Who
be
knows?
agile to be a gymnast.
I
Okay.
don't see my agility is really good.
Okay,
I would
yeah, then
say.
we'll go with
It's
the
not
like.
bad.
I
Yeah.
you were gonna be a gymnast anyway, but I was gonna say, injured,
Yeah, I was just doing
retired
it
one
for
if
the
it was
funny.
low, but if it's no,
Sure.
you retired because you're like, I accomplished everything I want to. I want to get my hands
I
dirty.
feel like I feel like, and this is a really dark story.
Right.
I feel like Rye just wasn't getting like respect
Yeah.
as a female gymnast.
Yeah.
And so started
really
becoming
fascinated
a
space gymnastics.
mechanic, a tech.
Yeah,
to actually earn money.
in the future it's like flipped. It's done a flip where like mechanics and all that is a more female oriented role these days, and
Lord.
it's actually men that are
Yeah.
trying to get more into the industry. Like it's done a
Yeah,
whole
whereas
180.
men are just dominating gymnastics.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something
Yep.
there, right? Something low paid industry, something
Yeah,
female oriented.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my backstory.
Yeah.
That's my backstory. I've greased myself up, and I'm going to like start performing a gymnast routine and jump through the vent,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
like slide as best I
Oh my
can.
god.
You know what?
The thing-
I was gonna let you do it normally, but I want an agility roll now, just because I want like I want it to fail.
So do I. So do I.
I
Just for
can't
the
believe that
funnies.
AJ is gonna die before me. This sucks.
My favorite
Exactly
part
bad
about this
before.
is if I just hit my head against the vent and then I just get knocked out.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right, I'm rolling agility.
Yep. You know what? No. If you got mobility, you can add that into it as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
no worries, because I didn't succeed at all with the agility.
Did you roll your stress dice as
there
well?
we go. I rolled 1 6 on success
Yep.
and a 4 on my stress die.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, cool. Unfortunately, to the funny audience, you perfectly do a nice acrobatic flip and like pin dive into the vent, and with all the like grease up, you like slide a good while, and like you nearly get to a
Yeah.
corner,
Like a-
and then you like lean
like a
your body a
slip
bit
and
to the
slide.
side, and yeah, like slip through, and like something that would have normally taken you a good 20 minutes to get to that stage is done in an instant. So you only got a little bit of kind of crawling left to go.
That would be so
I feel like
gross.
this is her move. I feel like that getting into small spaces with a lot of grease is just what Rye does apparently.
Cham,
Wow.
you look at your little like your gauge, and like you watch the blip just go
Yeah.
all the way through.
Zooming.
All right, we'll flick to our lone explorer. You were heading towards the suits up on deck B, weren't you?
Sure am. I
All right.
sure am.
Let's see what we've got in here.
Is there any more horror movie like cliches that I should tick off?
Oh man,
Wanna
the-
just have a
Um,
and like
I open up a door and a cat
Following-
jumps out.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, what?
Go to the bathroom of the mirror and have one of those
Mm.
mirrors that like
Close
opens
it,
a shelf
yeah.
in there.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Be washing my face.
If you hear a strange noise, follow it,
yeah.
Absolutely.
even if it goes down into some dark and dingy place.
Yeah, find the basement for sure. Get down
Absolutely.
in
Oh, and guys, I'll be right back.
Mhm.
there. Don't stay long.
So you get to
Oh,
like
man.
because Junction B, like from Deck A to Deck B, like as you come out of there, it's only a quick right turn, and you're pretty much there at the Eva suit kind of like storage. As you walk in, it is a sight to behold. There is blood everywhere. There is char marks. There's like a suit that like where a suit would be is just like a pile of ashes on the ground. The only kind of remaining suits have like huge claw marks through them. I need you to increase your stress by 1. There are no working suits here at the moment. They're like with a bit of repair and a lot of time, you can maybe fix up some of the like remaining damaged suits.
Nah, we're here to investigate. Can I take off my helmet and then like huff in some air and see if it's breathable? I know that they did it up there, but I wasn't there for that.
Yeah. As like you pop your like it's a little button on the side, you press it, which gives you like the lock off, and which allows you to manually then just give it a little like right turn, and then it clicks off. Yeah, the air kind of rushes in and mixes with the air, like the nice clean air you have, and now you also get that like really bittery, dusty taste on your mouth, but also very iron taste in the air and very like, well, yeah, you've probably got in scuffles here and there. Like, yeah, the taste, like nearly maybe when you've gone to like fight arenas or something like that taste of blood in the air.
I mean, I'm pretty reckless. I imagine I've been in some fights myself.
Yeah.
The suits, they're damaged by like what? Human or similarly, it's like very scratched up. Like
It's just tears in it. Like you don't know if something's like scratched it or something's ripped it. It is just you can, if you want, you can have a more of a closer look at it if you want with an observation.
I'm here to investigate.
Yeah.
Let me just look at my sheet.
You're up to 2 stress now, aren't you?
I sure am, but
Yeah.
hey,
Cool.
I'm gonna crunch some pills soon and we'll be all right. Hey kids, do as I say, not as I do.
Hey kids, do pills.
Hey kids, what is
Somebody
it?
clip that out just to
Yeah. What's the Bill Nye thing from fuck the Love Actually? It's like don't do drugs, become a rock star. They'll give them to you for free.
Yes.
Oh shit! That is 2 successes.
Yep.
But a 1 on one of my stress dice.
Oh shit. Alrighty.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Stuff is happening.
All right. I need
Yeah.
you to just roll one of those d6s and add
no.
you add your stress level to it. So
Venus
whatever the
said take pills. Got it. No, that's not what I meant.
don't do school, stay in trucks.
So currently my stress is at 4.
Why are you up to
2?
Oh, okay. So that is
So I add 2 more
All right.
from what I rolled.
No, it doesn't add to the score. That's just something for my panic roll table. So you start to like as you kind of like start looking at the suit, like a chill comes up your spine, and you're like, I don't know if I should be here alone, but maybe I don't know. But you kind of just shake it off, and you're all right for the moment. But you're not. You kind of have a sickly feeling at the bottom of your stomach now. But you're all good.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I might try and see if I can hit up any comms.
I think there is a comm quite close to you on that deck.
Yeah.
AJ, you thought the same thing, didn't you?
Yeah, there's one
What's
just
that?
as soon as you go back out, there's one on the wall next to the junction.
I don't know what the fuck's happening here. I'm gonna hit.
Just being immature.
Oh no.
Great.
Try not to giggle.
I'm gonna hit the comms and say, hey, Davis here. I'm I'm where they would usually dock the suits. They've all been ripped to shit, and I don't know, just feeling a little freaky down here. I'm
Yes.
happy to keep investigating on my own, but I'm not gonna lie, wouldn't mind some company.
As you finish that sentence, Miller and Wilson are coming down the ladder itself. Like that's the junction they would have come down. So they are like, they nearly give you a look of like, why were you on the like we're right here, but you didn't know that they were coming down the ladder. So
Oh shit! You guys came out of nowhere. Yeah. It doesn't look like we'll be able to hitch any more oxygen, so I would say let's just use whatever's left in the ship until we need to go back.
as you two kind of get down the ladder, like you can see her like a little shaken. Like you've never seen Davis kind of like this before. Like you've known her long enough. You know kind of her
Okay,
problems
Davis?
and stuff like that. Like you wouldn't. She doesn't usually get scared. In fact, it's usually the opposite. Like fear is, an adrenaline booster. So usually she enjoys that kind of fear. But this is the first time you've seen her face just a little bit like off. There, Miller. Wilson, you don't care. Like as long as they're doing jobs, you don't care about their emotions and all that.
Did you
kind of
find
stuff.
anything here, Davis?
Yeah, the suits. Look at them. They're fucked, and they've been either ripped up. We don't know by who, or what, or why. But
Might want to take your suit off. Then you're going to waste all your oxygen.
what's that?
Might want to take your.
Yeah, she's already popped her.
I've
Oh,
taken
you're
the
done,
helmet.
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just we're breathing whatever's on here. Seems
Oh,
to be
yeah.
fine.
There's no mold in it that I can tell. I mean, I'm not dying from spores in my lungs, so.
Should we head down to the science bay? I'm sure that's where all the good stuff is.
Yeah, I mean, we're here to get scientific data, I guess.
All
Is
right.
that on deck too?
Yeah.
It's on this deck, yeah.
Yes,
Alright,
it is.
well,
So, did you want to head to the bridge, or do you want to? Because you are now probably heading to science, then, Davies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Miller
Do you
and
wanna-
Wilson, are you splitting up, or are you two continuing your path to the bridge?
Are we still? I think I'd still want to go to the bridge just to check like a security log, maybe, or like a camera feed.
Cool.
I think I will head to the corporate agent suite because that's on this deck as well.
Yes, it is.
Oh, is it? I thought that was down one.
Miller and Davis.
Corporate suite looks
Yeah,
like.
no,
no,
cor-
you're
corporate
right,
C's
yeah,
on B.
yeah,
Yep.
it is a-
Corporate
It's on the way
suite
to
is
Science
on
Bay.
the B. All right. We flick back to our acrobatic and ghost hunting team. You finally, like,
Yeah.
after a lot of crawling, like it is
Am I
getting
right?
deafeningly loud. Like something is like not like you kind of gathered initially, but you definitely know now there's something not good with the air filtration system. Like it is deafening loud being in the air vents. It is like a like nearly clanging and bashing, and it is echoing off these like aluminium kind of whatever future aluminium is vents. And yeah, it's deafening, but you're kind of pushing through, and you pop out into the main kind of bridging part of the cryo rooms. The lights are on. Yes, they are, because the power is on in my brain and in the ship. Cryo rooms. Jesus.
NATO's brain fuels the ship, people. We've figured it out.
Got 'em.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah. Cryo. All right. Inside, you see at least how many is there? What is that? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the pods with people in them. There is also in the shower, that's like in that section as well. There's a little shower, but the light is kind of like flickering in there. That doesn't give you a good view into there. But like anytime the light flicks on, it's like dark and like nearly looks like molds kind of growing in there. Like maybe the water kind of was leaking out at one stage, but like after 80 years, there's no kind of water kind of flowing out, but there's a bit of mold down like the bottom of the shower. What
I
else?
don't trust it.
Yeah.
I trust it.
Can I open the door to let Cham in? I'm scared.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like it's this is like what you could see further down. Like you are not at those locations, so don't worry too much if that's not where you want to be.
Can she open the
Yeah,
door from the
she
inside?
turns around and hits the button on the outside. It like the red light on the inside flicks to a green, and then you hit it again, and the door opens up. What's Sham looking like? Is he too engrossed in his motion scanner at the moment?
He's very excited. He's like, been blips, been a lot of activity.
There was at one stage, like just
Oh.
before the door opened, that it was like nearly like with you.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're coming to me. I asked, did you hear over the PA? I was like, if you're a ghost,
I was
come hang
greasy
out.
and in a vent, so no.
So
You
Yeah,
actually
we
probably
should
didn't
probably-
hear anything just because of the sound of the air scrubbers.
We should probably fix the air at some point. Hey, how's the inside? Ooh, that looks a bit grotty in there.
That is straight up mold. think.
Oh.
Did you
Ooh.
guys want to
Maybe
go have
we
a look
should
at it?
Not...
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want to breathe
How
in?
do
you don't
Oh.
have to.
Is there a
Sam.
door closed over it? Or is
No,
it
no,
just...
like it's the future. Nobody cares about nudity. The Western
yeah.
concept of nudity has finally dissipated, so people don't get weirded out of
Yeah.
people being naked.
So this is in... Sorry, this was in which place? In
Uh,
the...
In the cryo.
in the...
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
all
there's
three of them?
no. It's like, so you see where it like breaks off just before it gets to the three-way junction. There's a little shower,
Oh,
just so
yeah.
like just in case, like as you experienced, you vomit all over yourself as you come out of cryo. You can have a quick
true.
kind of shower before you try walk vomit through your ship. As I said, this is a nicely decked out ship rather than your ones where like you would have to walk all the way to the mess to kind of have a shower and trance vomit through everywhere. Yeah.
So can we get to the cryo rooms themselves without going through Moldtown?
Yeah, it's like just off to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's have a little sticky beak in one of the cryo rooms.
As you look
Maybe it's,
into
yeah.
as you look into them, like a whole bunch of them are like destroyed in one room, like they are smashed in. All like nearly 8 to 10 pods, like all of them have been like smashed inwards because you can see all the glass in the pod itself. The other one to the right is like empty, and there is like
Do the pods look usable?
you can hop into them. Just not the room with the smashed ones, but one of the other ones is just like they're all open,
Right.
but but the light is like flickering in that room as well. Like there's something like broken in that room. To the left room, which is like cryo room
One?
2.
Two.
Cryo room 2. That one is, as you can see, because the lights have now flicked on into the pods, there is 5 people in them.
Oh.
Alive.
Alive? Jigs.
I don't know. Did you want to go
Ghosts?
investigate? Are you going in?
Pose?
Should we-
Yes.
Should we go say hello?
What if you just didn't?
Says the one that's like, I'm gonna go explore by myself.
Yeah.
We
We avoided the creepy shower, which is a massive trope. So we should definitely go say hi to the people.
Yeah, okay. Let's get our story straight. I'm Captain Buck Hamfist.
Okay.
Got it.
And
Got it. And
you're
I, as per usual,
you're we're co-captains. We both captains.
co-captain
We're dual captains.
Stella McGee.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
We're
Okay.
gonna go in.
You go into the room, and then you both realize you have no expertise to do with cryopods. You do know how to bring up the menu and all that on them, but you don't know how to.
I'm pretty good with comtech.
Yeah.
Can I?
It's more like a technology they don't want to teach people in the sense of gatekeeping technology, because usually they have to pay those kind of people a lot of money. So if anyone learns how to do it, so it is a very
Ugh.
yeah. It's capitalism gone awry. Like it's nearly like a cyberpunk world in space, in a sense. Like companies rule the world. That's like why Wayland Yutani might as well be its own like country in a sense. So yeah, they super gatekeep like special talents like the cryo chambers because then anyone could build them, and it's a good tech. So you could mess around with it a bit, but it would take you maybe a day to kind of like hack into it.
I guess Captain Hamfist will have to wait a little longer.
You can bring up
Maybe,
like details about the people in them if you want to, whether
Ooh,
they're
yeah,
alive and dead
yeah.
and stuff like that. Like it's more
Yeah,
just
can we-
like you wouldn't be able to open a cryopod, like bring somebody
we-
out of cryo sleep.
Can we pull up how long they've been in there?
Yeah. You press it open and yeah, it has literally nearly like a few weeks after the missing kind of like
Disappearance.
report of the actual ship. So it's probably about 76 years plus a couple of weeks.
Do I get the impression that they never came out of cryo sleep?
No,
or
like all of it was like everyone was out of cryo sleep.
Right, and these people went back in.
Yes, you can get at least that kind of amount of information out of them.
Right, and who are these people?
You have in one of the pods, you have an officer, so the captain of the ship. He is what's his full name? I'm just going to call him Johns. People are just their names. Johns?
Yeah,
I'm John.
Yeah.
Johns? There's so many Johns.
No, this
His
is
name is
John
Wilson
with an
John.
S. So we've got John Wilson, and this one is Johns. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not confusing at all.
Johns.
Yeah. Actually, it probably will say his full name. His full name? No, it just says John's officer.
I love last names only. It's great.
JJ Johnson. Yes, that's what his name is. You have a colonial marine. So first officer Reed. You have first doctor medical officer Flynn. So probably the head doctor. Like they would have probably had a few doctors of medicine and maybe like doctors of geology, or because as this is a science festival, but he runs all of the people with doctorates, if that makes sense.
Right.
You have, speaking of which, you have Cooper, who's a scientist. It doesn't say of what, weirdly. It just says scientist under the bio. And then you have Clayton, the Wayland Yutani agent.
Which we know already that like this kind of ship, the Wayland Yutani agent would usually have his own pod, right?
Good boy, Zachary.
I remember.
If I could physically give you one, I would give you a little star badge right now.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, like
So cute.
like even Cham in his like, innocence would know that like, yeah, that's a bit weird. Why is like they've usually got their private room with probably, fancy spangled like, cryo sleep.
Super cray.
Yeah, like they sprints a little bit of like perfume as you wake up and like plays nice like waking up music and all that. Like something like Wilson is like hoping to eventually get to a level of. He's still using, the company level kind of ones.
And what was the agent's name again?
Clayton.
Clayton.
Yeah.
Sweet.
As you look in, she is like a very kind of like toned, tall woman with like very slick back blonde hair. Like quite shortly cut. In like a non-sexualized like Fifth Element kind of outfit. Like that's what all of them are in, these like white bands that kind of just, keep the decency up for a person.
These are all the fancy schmancy people.
That's
Right?
so weird. Why aren't they in their like fancy schmancy stuff?
Yeah, I know, right? The captain, the first officer, the doctor, and the Wayland Yutani jabroni. They're all here.
On that note, we'll leave you two for that moment. And we will go to our Davies. You were heading to science, weren't you? Actually, no, we haven't gone with the two favorite, the odd couple, the good best friends, Miller and Wilson. You guys are headed to the bridge.
We split up.
Oh, did you? I thought you
Oh,
were
we
both going on the
can't buy
bridge.
Yeah.
myself
No,
at the
I was going
moment.
to corporate
Everyone-
suite.
That's
Everyone on
right,
deck-
you were too.
yeah.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, well,
Everyone on deck B is
all
split
right.
up.
Corporate suite. You get to the room. It has like a specialized like scanning unit to get in. I wonder if yours actually does work on that. I forgot to look at that corporate suite. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, it worked on the door, but
All right.
who can say?
Yes, your code does work on it. Cool. I was just making sure. I didn't want to like ruin a plot point just in case yours didn't. Yeah, as you scan in, it like opens up and it annoys you to the core because like this is what you've been like like this is your corporate ladder like goal to kind of get to a suite. Like it has its own like little private bar, has like a nice couch. It has like you
there's,
do
like,
do know like it's
Crystal Scotch glasses on a shelf, and
Yes.
like a cat. I slide one off.
yes,
so it
there's
smashes
even
on
like a
the floor.
wall safe in there as well. There's a wet bar. There's a walk-in closet and all that. Like it is like beautiful. Even a little like chandelier kind of hanging off the roof.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is swanky as hell. Like this is like, and instantly like once you get over that initial rage, you're like, oh, okay, this is a very important like vessel. If somebody of like this high of a corporate agent
Yeah.
would be on this ship.
Is there like a personal log or a terminal or something here?
There is a little like tablet, but it is like snapped in two. The rest of the wet bar. Oh no, the wet bar is cleaved in two. Something has smashed it into two pieces. But the nice crystal glasses all on the shelf, beautiful.
Apart from
Not
the one
even
I
touched.
smashed.
Huh?
I wasn't kidding about that.
Oh, okay. Apart from beautiful, yeah. It's apart from the one you smacked.
What's obviously I didn't see everything else that just happened. I go to check the cryopod that's in here.
The door to it is still closed, so like you open it up and nobody is in there. It's still perfectly fine and like not touched at all, but it is like nobody is in it, which is real weird. You probably like gather that like the company agent either left or died or something, because like why would the company agent not be in her cryopod?
Would it be reasonable that at this point, maybe Cham like updates the rest over the PA
On the com?
what
Yeah,
you found?
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So like literally probably at the same time you were seeing this like empty corporate pod, like you were getting the update from Cham. And it is real weird. Yeah, they are in a normal one rather than their own one. Especially like as you saw, like it is a locked room to get in.
Yeah, so there's nothing else to find in here.
Rummaging
around. I can make I have a observation.
A rummage.
There in the walk-in closet. You go into like what clothes, like what suits are they wearing? Like you really like trying to scope it out, and you notice there is a keypad on the wall in that closet though. It doesn't have a scanner. It is like an old school like 9-digit press pin code.
Yeah. 5555.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's
There
the
is
only
also
one.
there is also the wall safe as well. Like you can see it, and that also has a number code on it. For anyone in Tabletop Simulator, that wall safe is right next to my section up the top there. And it is a working safe. If you press if you guys find the right digit codes, that safe will open. And whatever's in it
cool.
you will have. You can like try it if you want right now. I think it's a 4-digit code. And you can press hash and it will try and open it.
Down there. Okay.
Yeah. So that's all there for you guys.
Oh,
Let me flick back to it.
cool.
Yeah.
What's yeah?
Not to make the others like feel bad. I'm sorry you weren't able to get
my
in.
Steam crashed a million times.
Yeah, no, that's what no. And if anyone does know the code in chat, do not fucking spoil it. Or you will be banned to goddamn hell.
6969.
I didn't program.
Nice.
I didn't program the
0,
code.
Try 7. Just try it. Just
Try
one
7.
code, one digit.
How do we
We're flicking to the bridge though. Let's flick to the bridge. You get that quick update about the cryopods and all that. As you get into the bridge itself, Many things
yeah.
are smashed. Like it is you've never been in a war zone, but this is what you imagine what a war zone would kind of look like.
Can I look for anything that could be used to give me like a video feed at least of what happened, or an audio feed?
The captain's command station is up and working. It is actually working. The emergency key is missing though from it. It has been smashed. So that is usually an emergency override to get into the mother room.
I was about to say, can I just call out, Mother, are you active in this room?
Yes, Captain Miller.
It appears that some of the protocols here have been smashed, but I need to find out what happened here. Advice?
Proceed with directives 1, 2, and 3.
This is working towards that directive. I need to know what happened on the ship with audio or video feed.
It gives you a bit of a silence for a second, and then it comes back. Information missing.
Information missing always, or since this event has happened in this room?
Unknown.
Do you have motion sensor capabilities?
Unknown.
Cool. Alright.
Well, shit, Mother, what do you know?
Mother, are you able to give any advice as to the status of the other citizens on this ship?
Life forms unknown. 5 life forms in cryopods. Cryopods will be defrosting in... And then that's it.
Oh. Mother, can you confirm status of corporeal versus ethereal beings as life forms on ship?
Unknown.
He doesn't even know. It doesn't know. Mommy
Mother
doesn't know everything.
Mother,
Oh,
confirm
God.
whether there were
Stop.
live... Mother, please confirm if there were livestock or pets on board before events happened.
Unknown.
No, don't. You're good.
Alright. Thank you, Mother. Continuing directive search. And I leave.
Thank you. You've never heard it say thank you before.
That's kind of freaky.
You're welcome. Like, I'm not used to the protocol. Like,
it doesn't throw you off too much. You don't know if it's your AI's matrix mixing with the AI matrix of this mother. Like, you don't know. Like, this mother has been like offline for a good 80 years, so you don't know what could be happening. It could just be a weird glitch that's in the system.
I'm
She's
going to chalk it up
corrupted.
to the ship being nicer, that they gave it nicer protocols.
Yeah.
They just gave it politeness protocols.
Yeah. You got to pay extra for the personality. That
Well,
doesn't
then,
call you a
something
fuckhead.
like you're like, oh, maybe because it's a fancier ship, like the mother is a lot nicer to the crew rather
That's
than the
what I'm
asshole
going
one on
for.
your cheap ass ship is. Yeah.
I've got the cheap belligerent mother.
As you turn around, because there's like multiple piloting stations, one of them has an axe like embedded into it.
I will take that axe.
Okay, you have an axe now on you.
You've become a horror
Horror
video game protagonist.
Next minute he walks into the next room and it's a hockey mask, and next minute,
It's like first person horror perspective of like grabbing the axe.
as you walk out of the bridge, and the two that are still in the cryopods, you hear like beeps flick on all the cryopods, and next minute you hear the cryopod stations active, opening.
Wait, I'm on a different floor to the cryopods, or can I
Yes.
still hear that?
Yes, you hear over the comms the like mother announcing that the pods are opening and all that, and in
Oh.
the room you just hear the beep, but then hear the like thing open, but then you hear like the pressure release of the like pressurized vessels kind of like opening up.
Okay.
Need to go back to cryopods.
All right. Well, at
again.
least we can ask people some questions soon. So, I'm gonna start heading towards where Davis was, down in the science bay.
Yeah, speaking of which, just before we get to our little cryopod scenario, you make it all the way down to the science lab. Were you stopping at any other rooms on the way there, Davies? Or is it Davis? I'm going to say Davis.
It's Davis, but everyone said Davies for long enough that
Yeah.
I think we should just roll with that.
I just realized it then. I was like, there's no E there. Dyslexia.
That's all right. It's we create this story that we live in. So it's science lab on the way. Well, maybe I'll go through the mess hall.
Okay.
That's kind of, I can kind of go through the living area, then to the science lab.
Okay, as you go through the mess hall, the food stores are all it's like nearly like looters have come through this area. Like it's all just like picked and thing. There is like liquids like spilled out that are now like piles of mold and all that. Even without the lack of oxygen, they've just been enough. So they're not like massive mold piles. They're just like nearly like they've been growing for a week or something like that. Like, and they're not anything out of the like ordinary. They look like, just standard ordinary like mold things. It's just that they're not, for a second you're weirded out that they're not big, but then you kind of gather in with enough, as a pilot, there's no oxygen, so they're not breathing and that much. They're just having enough to kind of grow a little tiny bit. Similar to like mold on an asteroid and all those kind of concepts. Yeah.
Nasty. There's no booze or anything?
No. Anything is like smashed to bits. The one thing that does take your like nearly your eyesight like straight, like one of the like cafeteria tables has a whole bunch of like origami paper animals, like a good 15 of them, just kind of all built.
What kind of animals?
There's like a bird, there's like a I don't know what you can build with, like a crane. Yeah, there's a tiger there as one of them.
Paper tigers there?
Yes, there's a paper tiger, there's a unicorn. That was what was in, what's the name?
Blade
A
Runner.
unicorn? Yeah, unicorn.
Blade
Let's just say all the trope kind of ones are there. But yeah, they're all like paper origami. They're all just being, and it's only sitting on one table. And they don't look like they've been disturbed.
Interesting. I'll pick one up and I'll put it in my little jacket pocket. Just mainly out of curiosity. Out
cool.
of anything else. And I will maybe go through the living room before I hit to the mess hall. Or the, what's it called? I think it's the
Science? The big science lab?
there's the living area, and then you get this to the science
Oh
lab.
yeah, so the living area is like bunkers, and like each one
Yeah.
has like a few bunkers in them. Just it's still like a lot of room, but they're not like personal enjoyment spaces that you come here to sleep during your shift off and all that, and like kind of recycle it out nearly in a militaristic kind of sense. Like it is a militaristic science ship, so they're not too worried about being in fancy. The captain quarters, you do know, is like off to the side. That one's kind of like a bit bigger and have a personal bed to themselves and is a bit more decked out, but not too, it's still minimalistic, if that makes more sense of like what you're seeing in it.
Yeah, it's there for functionality.
Yes.
A lot of interest in folding paper, I guess. And then I'll continue to the science lab.
The big one?
Yeah.
Yeah, big one. As you turn the corner, it is like a shocking sight, which is weird because you've seen blood and guts and all the things you've seen kind of recently. It is like somebody set off a napalm bomb in this room. Like everything is black. Like you can see the explosion kind of scores out from a certain point where something in there exploded. Anywhere you don't see black and soot, you see like very old dry blood. It is like, it is wild in there. If you want, you can do a quick analyst as well.
Did you
Observation.
say animals?
No, observation. You can do a deeper look like there's like you pulling up boxes and stuff, like you can have a closer look under things, but yeah, there's
Yeah.
not much to be seen in
You
here.
just said a quick animal handling.
And then an Arcana check straight after that. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
An observation. All right, let's give it a go. No successes.
All right, now
No failures.
yeah,
either.
you just kind of having a quick look around. All right, we'll leave that
Okay.
there and we'll flick to our cryo. All the cryopods are flicking open. All 5 of the people step out in various different states. John's is kind of like he's not a small man in a sense, but when you look at him, he seems smaller than he is, like in a meek kind of sense. Like even just looking at him, even as a person, I don't know how you are as characters at reading people, but even without good reading of people, he is a meeker looking man, which is after you guys looked at the kind of like stats of like, well, not stats, descriptions of the people in that. John's supposed to be the captain. So that's a weird sight, especially like Miller's not the most charismatic, but like, you know, when Miller says something, you all kind of like sort of fall in line. You look at this person and you're like, I would probably never listen to an order from this person. Next steps out first officer Reed. She is a ginormous of a woman. Like she is like nearly Amazon kind of like build. She real strong face, grizzled, a few like scars here and there, like nothing too like, you know, disfiguring, but like nearly cool looking in a sense. Just like she's seen some stuff and been some places, and like, you know, from Colonial Marines, like they go see the hardest of the hard. They're sent into the worst spots. They go check out things that nobody wants to check out. So this matches any kind of imagination in your brain of like what a Colonial Marine would look like. Like she fits the bill to a T, nearly stereotypically to the bill. And she kind of hops out and she does like a vomit, wipes of mace, and then kind of like, and you're just like, okay, you just vomited 2 seconds ago. Next, the doctor kind of hops out and he's kind of like stretching and stuff like that, and white suit, like weirdly, like everyone else is in that like, you know, Fifth Element kind of outfit, but he's still in his like scientist doctor outfit. You can already tell like this person takes their job way too seriously. Next, Cooper the scientist, kind of an older looking man, grabs his kind of glasses from next to him inside the thing, and he's kind of like, doesn't look like he's coming out of his sleep that well. And like, as you turn, like Clayton is already out of her thing, like slicking her hair back, and she's like doing some stretches and like nearly the opposite of John's, of like, she's not nowhere near as tall or as like muscly as Reed, but she gives a presence of like, you nearly want to just kneel at her feet and be like, yes, what would you want to do? Like she gives off that feel, not in a good way, like as in like you feel like, yeah, not in like you worship her.
Yes, mummy.
No, well, I don't know, that might be your kink, you might like that kind of stuff. But more just like nearly a fear of like what she would do if you didn't, and not in a fun way.
Okay, damn it.
Yeah. No, like genuine fear. Like it's not a kink related fear. It is a genuine like you don't know why.
In a fun way.
Yeah, not in a fun way. Let's leave it there. Yeah. I don't want this kinkanized.
I'm treating this like this. I am Captain Hamfist. This is my co-captain. We have come aboard your
She
ship
cuts you off
to
nearly
answer-
instantly, Clayton. Like the rest are still covering, and she's like, I can tell from your outfit, you are not officers of any Weyland-Yutani ship, so you are either pirates, and you will to be dealt with. Reed. And like Reed's like still trying to shake off, like even though like she looked like ready to go, she's still like trying to hide the like cryo sleepness off, and like, and then she notices your Weyland-Yutani badges, and she's like, not pirates. Who are you? Give me your real names and jobs. Yeah, jobs. Yeah, let's go with jobs.
Okay, I'm really the I do engineering and repairs on the USNCC. What is what is that? I can't remember what
Montero.
The Montero.
Montero. I do so I do that, but also part-time ghost hunter. So, and we have some
Like
real
the
strong readings
like
on
the scour on her face when you mention anything about like ghost hunting, like the utmost disgust. Like,
Okay, well, we'll see who's who when my podcast charts on ghost hunting. So,
and she's like, enough. And you, looking straight at you, Rye.
Does it matter? You clearly have already.
And like
made
she
your
can't, she's
opinion
like,
on this.
stop listening to you and turn. No, it doesn't. And she's like, doesn't even let you finish. And she's like, where are we? What is the time? What year is it? What is the situation at the moment?
it's
I
not
don't
great.
know.
Do you know the huge scratches all
Ooh.
on through the
Yeah.
halls?
Do you
of
have
the...
tigers?
Yeah, we're thinking
You have
drugged up
tigers aboard?
tigers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You-
We're a science vessel. We need to get back to Earth with what we've discovered. Please go to the bridge. Please start prepping the ship. Let's go. I don't want to hear any more
You're
chit
not
chatter.
my captain, so I don't know if like really.
yeah.
And then she like leans into you, like so, like her nose is like so close to you, and she's like, "You are a Wayland Utani employee. You will follow all directives I say, and you will do it right now, or you will be thrown off my ship, and your ship will be becoming my ship."
Jeez.
Technically, I'm an intern, but okay, sure. I will prep. I will do the prepping and the air shit. But like, there is big scratches on the hallway. I just thought you should know that. Like,
Oh yeah, and a
huge
decapitated man.
decapitated man.
Like as
also.
you
Okay,
say
I was
that,
gonna
like she's not
mention
really.
that.
You can see she's not really listening to you in a sense. Like, the words are going in, but she's really written you two off as like important people she needs to know. But she takes a step forward and she kind of like stumbles a bit and she kind of like stands up and she's like, all right, we need to head to the med lab. And how long, what year is it? And like,
I give her the year.
yeah. I was about to say, I don't even know the year. And she's like,
Plus
I
like,
think it's
100
been
years.
80 years since whenever their year
all right,
was.
so we
I
have a bit of
don't really
cryo
know.
sickness. John's, and she like, and like the captain kind of, yes, ma'am. Go to the bridge, get me the diagnosis. I need some medical assistance as well. I'm not feeling too well. And she like gives like the like not loud sigh, but just like, all right, all of us to the labs. And like, you notice the like you don't even have to kind of like because of all the commotion it feels a bit off noticing that like the scientists and the doctor have been real quiet even with the sickness. They're kind of like holding it in and kind of like, but you do know, actually, you know what, give me a quick observation roll. Don't worry about stress with this one.
Sure.
Both of us?
Yes.
They really didn't hear anything about someone being decapitated.
No, it's like
Yeah,
that's what it
holy
means. Like
shit.
she was
Right?
like,
I just rolled 3 6s.
okay.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Um,
Okay.
okay, this is real good. You do notice Cooper like is like rubbing his temple a lot, and like he has sweat coming down his head, like which is weird because it is not hot at all, and he has just come out of cryo sleep. So usually they keep you a very cold in there.
Shoot him.
Let's get this train rolling. Let's do it.
Just kill him outright. Kill
What's
him.
what's wrong with your buddy? What's wrong with you, Cooper? You look
I've just got a headache.
Flush.
I don't know why. Oh, I just got a.
You're
Oh, it's nearly like a
you're
migraine. When we
sweating.
get to med labs, I can kind of check it out. And she's like, "Don't worry about it. Let's go." And like you, and they like as a.
Sam, are you blowing on it?
Yeah.
And like, because like Cooper's like the older one, so like he has like nearly like blonde grey hair, and it's kind of whisking in the wind of Cham's like blowing hair.
He's like, hey, young fella, don't like go too hard. Like, I'll help you. Just like take a second, man. Like, Fuck. You just come out of like 80 years of cryosleep. Maybe just take a little off the throttle.
No more. And like his words like stumble a bit, and then he's like nearly not understanding what he's.
I take out the flame gun.
Oh, whoa, okay. I'm
And
gonna help.
he's like, I'm
our
alright.
friend
I'm just.
Cooper.
Oh
He's fine.
man, my
I
head.
get like his arm around my shoulders.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're gonna head to the medical bay. Right.
So medbay is a floor down, and like he seems fine. Like he seems all right. You get a good way down, and yeah, you get to the med lab. Where is the med lab actually?
Med lab's on B.
I mean, he doesn't seem
Oh,
fine
right.
to me.
Yeah.
Seems like he's having a stroke of some sort.
No, it like for anyone that has migraines, like he's just having like a lot of symptoms. Like just like the light is hurting his eyes, and he's having trouble talking and that kind of sense.
Did Cooper, did Reed, did any of them react when we left the hallway into the?
What did you roll on your
left the cryosleep?
observation before?
I did not roll it.
Okay. I will give this to
'cause
Rye.
Ryan
You,
did
as soon as like he starts talking about a migraine and all that, everyone else in the room looks really distressed for a second.
Cham aside, you guys head to the med bay. We're gonna start prepping the ship for departure. You know, as you asked.
We got to get the oxygen and stuff working. So yeah, we'll get on that.
All right, cool. You guys head. So you're heading to the bridge then, or are you heading to?
Yeah, just
Wherever-
away from their earshot. Cham, what the fuck is
What?
up with those people?
He was fine. He was a little sick.
No.
Doesn't Cham have him over his shoulder?
He's an old guy. Yeah. Once we went to the side, I kind of
Well,
like
we left him.
helped him across.
Yeah.
Okay.
I left them with their care. He's an old man.
Like all of them
No,
are
he
like
was-
like walking bad. Like they've all come out of like cryo sick, and like they have pretty high
understand the
cryo
whole-
sickness. So you might need to help. Actually, sorry to.
No.
Okay, cool.
I pulled Cham aside first.
Yeah, no.
Then we can
Oh,
help.
yeah, no.
Cham, something's wrong with them. They all reacted like they have migraines, and I know cryo sickness. You throw up every freaking time we wake up.
Not every time.
Every time. They are sweating, and they look weird. And I'm just putting it out there. Ghost fever.
That is a thing that I read about one time. Ghosts get in you, especially when they've been
Yes.
asleep for so long.
Yes.
They were
Yes.
prime ghost
Empty
targets.
vessels.
Empty
Yeah.
vessels. I bet they're filled to the gills with ghosts. Chock fucking full.
So here's my thoughts.
Mm.
We like
Exercise them.
we get them. Yes. Yes. That.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So after your little side talk, do you wanna follow the rest of them to the thing? Is everyone?
We're following behind them.
Yep.
To the medical bay to keep an eye on.
To then
on
do
their
an
s-
exorcism.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. You were
Just
in.
FYI, I probably got like another 10, 15
Yes,
minutes
I
in
know.
me,
I just
'cause,
saw all that. Yes, I've been
all
too
good, all good.
sidetracked with this.
No worries.
Miller, did you want to head? Well, did you guys comms over that you guys are heading to the med lab with these new people?
Yeah. We announced we're like, hey, some new friends woke up from nap time. We're heading to the medical bay. If I'm happy to make introductions. As your captain, I'm happy to make those introductions at any time. And then he just stops the PA and goes.
Coming back over the comms. As your captain, I will meet you in the
Shit.
med.
Well, I'm still
response.
exploring on my own.
All right, you're still exploring. Did you want to? Who's meeting them in the med lab?
Well, the med lab is very close to the science module,
Yes.
like literally down the hall. So
Mhm.
if I was already going to the science lab,
Is
I
it?
can. Yeah, it's very close on deck B. It's like I want to say
Oh,
like two
yeah.
doors
Yeah.
down almost, literally.
Oh yeah, okay. I will then. I
All right.
will. I was just gonna be like, oh, this is my chance to kind of snoop.
Wilson, are you
Um,
following along?
Where I was is again like just
Yep.
down the corridor.
Cool. All right, so you all meet in med lab. Is there anything in med lab? I'm just going to say nothing's in Med Lab 1, all right? Just for the point of this story. I can move, if there is stuff there, I'll move it to another place. You get into Med Bay Lab 1. As you put Cooper down on the table, he like now gets both, like he is in full-blown migraine mode at the moment. As you, like who would be the last one into the room? Let's say Wilson. Wilson's like the last one kind of like in the room. As like you walk into the room, like a blood note, like a drip of blood comes out of like Cooper's nose.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
And like soon as that happened, like the other people in the room, like the other like the original crew members kind of step back. Like you noticeably see them step a few steps back.
He's like
Hey,
1,000 years old. He's like
hey-
1,000 years old.
And then blood starts
Everybody-
dripping out of his ears.
Holy
Davies,
shit! Can we
Okay.
get someone get him on a
Davies,
table?
I put my hand on David's
Yeah.
shoulder. I'm like, I kind of nod.
Yeah,
Like,
he is
give-
not.
give
He's
that
not, like, and now he's like convulsing a little bit as well.
I'm gonna
Grab
put
him
my
bodily
helmet
and
back
like
on.
put him on
Helmet. So
to one of the like the med tables and strap him to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in. Hey, we
Dave-
can't just like let him
Davies,
bleed
you-
out.
You're still armed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just
just as you like slam him to the table to kind of like not in a
I'm gonna
nice-ish
start
way
first
to
aid
like strap him
first.
down. His
you know, strap him
like
down.
you hear this like very loud as his eyeball pops out.
Oh!
Jesus Christ.
No, no.
Holy shit! Is it like something to do with the pressure?
And it
We-
hits
we were
right
doing the same
like
thing.
it hits right like straight in the chest, the eyeball, and there like bounces to the ground. Can you put up your stress by 1 on that one? The whole room goes silent for a second. Cooper stops shaking for a second as well. And next minute he's like, you hear like more cracking as he like opens his mouth. And like out of it, 2 hands, like 2 little like white hands flow out and like push the mouth open and open and open, and next minute cracks open the jaw. Similar to
Yeah,
like
I'd like
a
to-
snake.
I'd like to
Gosh.
grab that gun now.
Davies,
Looks like we're not doing first aid anymore.
Who had the gun? The gun.
Can I shoot?
I've got the flame. I've got the flame ready to go.
And then you hear this like bubbling noise as like just this like sludge and gore and guts like
Oh.
shoot out. And then next minute something just like shoots out at like an increased speed and hits the roof. Like just covered in red.
Oh, Julia's full of ghosts.
Can I try and shoot it?
Yeah, you can have a quick shot. So it is your range combat,
Yeah,
and you've got the pistol.
God,
I
wish
do.
was
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've a +1, so you get another
Okay.
dice on top of that.
So ranged combat. That's with my agility.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, and I am rolling with stress.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
all of
pretty
you go up
stressed.
by 1 more dice as well.
Oh,
So how many
great.
is that? How many? Oh god,
For me, that's 3 stress.
I think I've got 2. No.
Yeah, no, I think
And
you'd all be on 3
4.
except for Rye, who's on 4.
Oh my gosh.
I'm stressed.
Yes, very, very stressed over here.
I'm still at 2. It says.
Okay.
Well, now you'd be 3 with this extra.
Oh yeah.
Stress.
Oh shit.
Did you get a 1 on one of your thingies?
Yes, I got
Cool.
a 1 on a stress dice. I got a 6 on a stress dice.
Yep, don't worry about
And
them.
then-
All right, the rest of the dice are
okay.
void. I need you to roll a d6 for me. You are having a panic
Fantastic.
attack, my good friend.
Oh no, I rolled a 5. What is that?
And how much stress have you got at the moment? 4?
Yeah,
3.
3.
So that is now an 8.
I'm going fucking nuts.
You bring up your gun, but you are so trembling that you can't pull the trigger. Like your whole body is trembling as you are trying to shoot this thing, and like you can't. Like it's too hard to pull the trigger at the moment. And next minute, it just like as it like
The second-
opens its mouth. It looks like so for the players themselves. It looks like a mini like xenomorph. Like
Yeah.
it's not like the
Oh, right, it's
usual like
not the
it doesn't look like a
wormy
chest
thing?
burster. Like it genuinely looks like a midget xenomorph, but like
But it's white?
yes, it's white, and it's like its head is a lot like it's not as like elongated as the usual xenomorph kind of heads are, and it like leaps at. You know what? I'm gonna roll a d6.
Surely
Can,
me,
can
right?
can I pull rank? Can I use my pull rank talent to like just be like, shoot that fucking thing?
Ooh.
Ooh, cool.
Ooh, can ya?
Actually, yes. Yeah,
I
go
can-
for
I
another
can
roll.
I can use my command skill to order other non-officer PCs and NPCs around as long as they belong to the same organization as me to force someone to allow to follow your orders and perform a specific action.
Yeah.
I roll command against their manipulation. If I'm successful, they
They
must
they
follow
can
the
choose to
order.
listen to your orders if they want.
Oh, I want to pull rank and say, shoot that fucking thing.
Are you listening to him, or are you too scared at the moment? This is up to you as your player.
Ooh.
You do have a -2 on all modifications, so if you try and
I'm
roll,
gonna like Cham is just like he gives so much of a shit about his crew members,
Yeah.
his fellow crew. He's gonna grab a scalpel and like go for it.
it's
Before
too
it can
far
jump
up on
it
the
anywhere.
roof to be able to reach.
Can I jump up on the
Oh, the
medical
table.
bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it.
It doesn't even like register you for some weird thing. Like like you jump on the table and like everyone else it's kind of looking at, but it's not looking at you. So yeah, you're able to do like a little swing at it.
All right.
So just in what is that little thing? Close combat roll.
Yeah. Okay. With all my stress die. 4. Okay. All right. Okay. 3 successes. No. No ones. No
All right,
ones.
you slice it a little bit, and like a little bit of its blood,
4
and then
successes.
it freaks out because like it wasn't paying attention to you, and it leaps like nearly like rise like beyond her scaredness and her like terror of this whole scenario is like really like jealous of its ability to do its like a dive into the vents like she did, like nearly stealing
Well,
her thunder, and just go
Before that's
straight
going
through.
off, did
Yeah.
Davies take a shot?
Yes.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're shooting as it's going through the air. So take
Yeah.
2
cool.
normal dice off yourself, whatever your roll
Yep.
normally is, just because you're still trembling.
Great. Sorry, let me figure out where that is. Yep. All right. So it's just without that.
Come on.
I like the-
Ooh, that's a 6. 1 6.
All right, you clip it as it goes through, and it's like bleeding a lot, but it still makes it through into the vent. But now there is like a blood trail leading into the event, and that's where we'll leave it for tonight. I haven't run this campaign with a lot of RP heavy people, so it went a lot longer in Act 1 than it normally
Really
does.
fun, though.
Sorry.
That was sick. That was sick.
Yes.
But it's oh my gosh, this has been so fun.
But now you have a bloodburster on the ship.
Bloodburster.
Yeah.
What does that
Oh
even
my
mean?
If you've watched, no, it's not in Prometheus. It's in the one after Prometheus. It's that.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Wow.
So they are you know, a little background. They're called neomorphs. They are the genetic like predecessor
new
of
thing.
the xenomorphs. They eventually evolve into
Oh.
xenomorphs.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, neomorphs they're called. So they're not as like they haven't got all the genetic upgrades of the xenomorphs.
Yeah.
So they're a little less strong as one. But yes, now
Oh.
you
Oh
have
my
one on
God,
ship.
do not look up a GIF of them being born. That is horrifying.
Yeah, that's the one I deleted off our Discord chat because it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's that one.
But you said it's our ship.
Yeah, well, technically, yeah, it
You
is.
said that.
Yeah.
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 So the shares?
Yeah.
Uh, just before the scene like cuts and cuts to like an ad break, I just want to go up and like reef the collar of the person nearest, just being like, "What the fuck was that thing?" And then like as they're like trembling up against the wall, they've like gone backwards to it.
Actually, I'll give you a little bit of then. They aren't as shocked as you think they should have been in that scenario. and that's
think
and
that's what
that's
I-
where we'll cut.
Yeah, the fact that they
Oh.
backed up like they
No.
knew something was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's almost like like a look between like members of the Montero, just like, what the fuck have we
Yeah.
stumbled into here?
It's like, be
Mhm.
cool in front of the strangers, guys.
You don't get to
What do you
say
know?
that,
What do you
Wilson.
know?
You're the least cool. You're the least cool of us all.
As I said,
Oh,
I'm
man,
I'm
that's
happy
cool.
that we didn't get it done tonight because usually this takes about like 3-4ish hours, but it's usually people that are like playing it as a board game rather than a
Yeah.
RP, which was a lot more fun. Like
Mm.
it was fun to be more RP with this kind of campaign, which I thought was what was going to happen. I
Yeah,
thought we
it
would
was
get
super
at
fun.
least into Act 2, but that is the
We're
end
still-
of
this
Act
is
1.
wasn't
Act
Act
two?
2.
That was Act 1.
I thought Act 2 was
Act
the
1.
ship.
No,
I
so
thought- yeah.
Act 2 and Act 3 go real quick. Like
Oh,
they,
right, okay.
Act 1 is the big chunky one, and Act 2, Act 3
Yeah.
kind of like yeah,
Ah.
and
It's
That was
yeah,
yeah,
that was really
similar
good.
to the film where it's like a slow burn
Yeah,
Yes.
and then
until
everything
like
happens
until
very
it's like,
quickly.
oh shit, there's an alien.
yeah. So yeah, like with all the Alien movies, like as soon as it showed up, all of a sudden the foot is on the pedal and it don't stop from here on.
Hold on, there's
outwards.
still
Yeah.
that fucking other thing that his ghost. Oh, I didn't even.
When there's mold and shit, like there's all the mold on board.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was like in the showers.
Okay.
That's asbestos.
I forgot.
It's
I
just-
forgot
yeah.
about the motion sensor.
We're just gonna
Space.
get mesothelioma. That's
That
what we're
was
gonna
ghosts.
get. 'cause that's
Yeah,
told
no,
that.
there's
That
something
was
else.
ghosts.
There's something else.
it's ghosts.
It's just black mold, guys. Like, and we
It's
know
all
how
the
deadly
ghosts.
black mold actually is. Like, why are we taking the?
Exactly.
Why are we worrying about xenomorphs when there's black
Call your
mold?
local- Call your
It's
local
just-
contractor.
It's the silent killer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just the real villain is Ock Health and Safety.
Mm.
Mhm.
I'll get you every time.
I
Clearly,
realized I should have done
clearly.
like this mode for the viewers so they can actually see the ship a lot better, but whatever. There you go. There you go, viewers. There's the ship a little bit bigger. Because
yeah.
usually this is like my battle window when like we do battle like in
Oh,
D&D.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's really
but that actually
cool.
would be a better one for the viewers to see what the ship looks like. So
Ah, well.
Papa.
I want to say
Anyway.
thank you all for putting up with Wilson. He was a bastard.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no,
oh my
dude.
gosh. Thank you for playing a bastard. It's
I like-
very funny.
It's
I
like
like
you've had
arguing
to
with
go
this,
through
right?
so many of those conversations
Oh,
where you
dude,
hear
I was
someone
just
say,
I was just playing my HR person.
"We would
Uh.
love to do that," like, but my hands are tied.
let's
So good.
circle. Let's circle
Let's
back.
circle
Let's circle back.
Let's circle back.
well, also we're gonna have a second agent on the ship as well, who's a lot more
Oh,
meaner.
no.
Like it makes Wilson look like a good guy as well. Just a
Oh,
heads up.
nothing makes an asshole look like less of an asshole than a bigger asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's
Do
go
we
ask
get-
him for a raise.
Yeah, are we gonna
Raise.
are we gonna get a scene where it's like, hey, back off, he's our asshole.
Is this the arc where Wilson learns empathy?
No.
Well, yeah, Wilson like actually talks to you when you guys want to raise. Like Clayton's like hands hovering over like the eject person
Eh,
button.
oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like we're all workers at the Hungry Jacks.
Yeah,
And, like,
you
Wilson,
are.
Wilson is the manager, so it's like it's still shit for him. Like,
Oh yeah, like
He's the
Wilson
assistant
hates it. 'Cause-
manager.
assistant to
the
the
assistant
manager.
Assistant to the
Oh my,
manager.
oh my god, that is
still
like
got an
like
intern.
if you play Wilson like bar for bar as like they describe it in the book, he is like what's the name from The Office, like 100%.
Oh,
Like
Dwight
Toby?
Schrute.
yeah, no, not Toby.
Dwight
Dwight.
Schrute.
Dwight, yeah, like a Dwight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
has redeeming qualities, but still mostly an asshole.
Yeah. Yep.
Man,
Damn.
that was
I'll do
awesome.
that.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you, everyone.
Yeah, before
so
before,
much.
before you guys have to rush off, I'll let you like plug anything. We'll go down the line quickly. Matt, where can people find you and all the
Oh.
beautiful things that you do?
Yeah, I didn't do it at the start. I
No, I-
realized.
yeah.
Just told you about my
Ooh.
character. Hey, I am a producer over at Split the Party. Our Twitch is Split the Party TV. Follow us there. I'm going to be streaming all day on my birthday, building a giant cursed Lego of my goddamn blue face. That'll be really fun for as long as I can. We just go to youtube.com/splittheparty for any of our other gaming videos, D&D or whatever else. It's just all a fun time. We just put our PAX panel up today, actually. Spicy Mass Effect. And actually 3 people here were in that. NATO, myself, and Ellen.
It was
So
very
go
fun.
check that out. It was very fun. Very fun to watch again, re-editing it.
Elle.
Oh, that's me.
Yep.
That's me. Hi, I'm Ellen. Follow me on Twitter at EllenKGraham1, because like I said, my mum won't be proud of me until I hit 1,000 followers, even though Twitter means nothing anymore. It means nothing. I'll just buy a blue check for $8, hey?
I put the rat on mine.
Hey, look, boobies are back on Tumblr. That's all I'm saying.
Yay! And I've been on Tumblr this whole time, so finally everyone's gonna come flooding to me like rats in a
Ellen
flood.
is sinking ship.
But you can also follow me at and everything I do at Roll to Cast. That's ROLE. Each season of our podcast is a different TTRPG system, so there's something for everyone. We're nearing the pointy end of our latest season, which is Avatar Legends. It's melodramatic. It's really awesome. Very in keeping with the show. So check that out if you like Avatar. But if not, there's something for everyone. And if there isn't a game that we've played that you like, we will hopefully in future. So like, subscribe, and do all that kind of stuff. And subscribe to us on YouTube, where we do our monthly live streams. I have a video essay on dice and their importance in making TTRPGs more ritualistic. So check that out. I haven't plugged that in a while. I'd love for more people to watch it because I worked really hard on it. Yeah, and you can see me tomorrow in Spelljammer on the Dead Aussie Gamers channel. It's going to be really fun. Yeah.
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 AJ,
Everyone knows each
where can the
other.
people find you and all the beautiful things you do?
Hello. I am AJ Winters. You can find me at what am I saying? You can find me on Twitch.
Come on,
at
it's only
Winters
9
Tales.
o'clock here.
Yeah. 9:45. 9:45. You can catch me playing D&D on Tuesday nights, where I DM the Chronicles of Aelwyn in this studio, or on Wednesdays, where I do world building. We are also increasing our streams to 3 a week, moving forward in our hope to make Twitch partner and continue bringing cool content your way. And tomorrow I'm going to be playing a honey heist game on the Phoenix Iwaki channel tomorrow at 9 a.m. AWST. So if you want to come check that out, there's some cool people in that one as well. Yeah, that would be cool.
Zachary, you know my beautiful line that you stole for a good long while.
That I get it wrong every time. Zach Speaks Giant. I have a podcast. It has Luke on it.
Well, not anymore. Used to be.
Not anymore. Used to be. For all the good episodes, it has Luke in it.
Yeah.
Sucker.
It
He
took
wants
a
that. He
massive
wants that
fucking
raise
nosedive.
in game, so he's like sucking up outside a game right now.
We'll get him a trainee badge.
But yeah, Zach Speaks Giant. The podcast is I Speak Giant, but Zach Speaks Giant, that's ZAC with no H, is my YouTube, and I got a TikTok, and I do a lot of silly videos all around D&D. I put a lot of work into them, and I think they're very funny, personally.
Yes.
So check it out.
Go check it out. He doesn't plug them enough. His YouTube and his TikToks and stuff
Yes.
like that. And finally, and the best, Mr. Luke Starr. Where can the people find you and all the lovely things you do?
Well, until the platform shits itself, I'm on Twitter at LG Lancaster. So check me out there. I mostly do shit post, but some of it's good. I have recently, as of yesterday, announced my new job. I'll be running games at South by Southwest Sydney. So come check that out next October. That's going to be a real good time.
Yes.
And my creative plug, next month I'll be launching a Kickstarter for my first comic to get a print edition. So check that out, back that. It's going to be a good time.
Is that the villain? Was it villain?
The bad guys, yeah.
Bad guys.
Bad guys,
Yes. I
yeah.
still remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, still exists. But yeah, going to Kickstarter next month. This month. Fuck, it's November. This month.
Oh my god, it is.
To get a print edition, which I am super fucking stoked about.
Dude, that's sick as
That's
hell.
amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is so cool.
Just kicking
Thanks,
goals
yeah.
out here. Just like
Absolutely.
How am I supposed to follow that? I'm NATO. You can always find me at I Know NATO everywhere. I'm just no, we're trying to get content back out. We're trying to get the League of Legends podcasts back up and running now. So I'm being inspired to go back and fix that up. That is Outback Runeterra. It's me and Zach. He's never played League of Legends. Well, you have now since we've done it, but you know nothing about the lore. So it's me taking, somebody that knows nothing about the lore of League of Legends, which is surprisingly one of the most best developed and supported, and some of the things that they do for their lore, I wish a lot of, especially TTRPGs, Dungeons and Dragons, would do for their things.
Oh.
So it is a really good
There's
world.
also a lot of dumb shit in it, and I like talking about that as well.
Yeah, that's why I like Zach there. He calls out the dumb shit that I'm like, I love this. And he's like, that's bad. But yeah, you can catch me over at I Know NATO. I want to wrap this up because my poor players over in the East Coast are very tired, especially our jet lagged boy. So you can check me out here. I'm going to try do a little bit more streaming here and there.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
see
do
that.
this again.
Yeah,
I
well,
would love
we've-
to do.
Yeah, we got finished.
We got Act 2 and
Yeah.
Act 3. But apart from, Act 2, Act 3, yeah, I'll try and do a little bit more. I did actually like this apart from, forgetting to check Discord and forgetting to check on my players and give them a break. I was real rusty with all that stuff. Sorry for my players. But from us, thank you. Thanks for making a chat, for making this first return back to online, DMing very, very easy and fun. All right.
Yay.
Goodbye.